All right, hello. I have my new mic. I'm out in nature again in the car. I think the mic is a little bit better at isolating my voice than my MacBook onboard mic, so that's pretty cool. I was gonna use the voice isolation, but then Logic gave me an error, and it was like, "Oh, please don't do that." See if this car is loud. Damn, that's like really quiet. That's super cool. All right, good to know. So the mic is very good at. This is really quiet. I probably need to turn up the gain on this a little bit. Let me see. I'll probably have to do a new. Okay, I hope this doesn't get too loud for you. Let me see. Hello. I guess that's fine. How does that sound? What the heck? I don't know. Wait, let me pause. Okay, I'm back. I think that's better. So you can't really. I think I know that before, but you can't add plugin while you're recording. It's not gonna like that. All right. So what's up? I needed to talk today because I realized there's not like, oh, I need to talk, like, well, I mean, I guess it could be that, but like, it's a good thing that I can talk, so it's not a bad thing. A lot of things have been coming to a head lately, and it's like a bit too much. Not like too busy or let me see. It's like you've after you've done everything you've wanted to do, it's like, what do you do next? And it's like, how do you know what is next for you? Like, you don't know what you want to do, but you know that right now, like, you need to do something. Like, say if it's like trying something new or going somewhere new or, it's just, whatever the thing is, like, right now is not working. And, I want to talk about the album today too, the new one. It came about maybe a month ago. It was this week that it released on all streaming stuff, which is a huge, big thing for me. I'm very happy I did that. And I think maybe that's part of it too, is that after having released it, there's actually people that, like, I put it on my social media because I don't usually do that. I was like, okay, I'm going to try and just post it and not worry about it. And then after having done that, I'm surprised because people, like, actually thought that it was interesting. And I think this was kind of like a breath of fresh air and also like a huge surprise to me. Like, wow. Like, being vulnerable, at least from my perspective, and like putting yourself out there and like literally being like honest, like, hey, here's my thing. Like, feel free to check it out. Like, that's like mind blowing to me. Like, just like, that's not what I do. And like doing that this time, like, it's been like only good feedback so far. And I'm so used to not expecting feedback, period. Like, even if it was just like, oh, that was interesting, and it's not really for me, but good job or whatever. Like, if anything, that's what I expected if I were to get stuff. So like, I can't tell if people are just being nice. And again, like, is that me shoehorning? Like, maybe they actually do think it's cool, and it's like I can't fathom that they think it's cool. And I think this goes back to something I've also realized, is that I do this with like everything. Maybe that's a big statement, like, oh, everything. But like whether it's friends or like if you were to go on a date or something, like, I still have like this idea, like, I can't fathom like why someone would be interested in me. And it's like, whoa, that's a little deep, but like, that's the truth. Like, I have like this weird like thing. I was going to talk about that too. So this realization, like, I don't know if it's that or just, it could be a mix of things, but like, I just have like this endless like pit where I keep trying to just do positive things for myself and like be constructive and this and that and this and that. And it's just like, there's still like this gnawing, like, yeah, there's like this gnawing pit. And it's like overwhelming. And like, like, it's hard to find yourself when that's there. And yeah, I wonder how this silencing works. Sounds like there's a bunch of cars going by, and I don't think it's catching like any of them. This is awesome. Absolutely worth it. Yeah, so about that gnawing pit. Let's see. I'm gonna pause for a second. Oop, I guess it's still going because I locked my screen. Pause. Alright, we're back. I thought there was reverb on this, and it might just be the reverb in the car. Just want to make sure I'm not, like, I could always remove it afterwards, like remove the reverb plugin, but I just didn't want that on there. There's no reverb, though. It just sounds like this. I think part of this album has been, like, realizing, letting things happen for what they are, and then, like, just going with that. Like, not worrying about what it is, and just, like, the point of it is make what you make best. And it's not even, like, about it's not even about the music at this point for this thing. Because, like, it's like, make what you make best, and then be proud of that, and then let go of what happens next. And I think that's why this has been, like, my best thing that I've made. It's always so, like, contrived to hear that, but because musically, this is not the best thing I've done, to my feeling. But what it means and conveys, this is the best thing I've ever done thus far, like, music-wise, or release, or whatever. Like, it's the most clear to what it is, because there's not much overthinking or worrying about it, or it's literally like you have instinct, you capture it, you clarify it, like whether it's like with the mix or mastering, and then you publicly share it and not worry about what other people think of it. And you also don't, like, sweep like, you don't take the legs out from under you. Like, you don't do all this work and then just, like, not share it. Because that's been me this whole time as well. It's like, you put all this hard work into this thing and you're super proud of it, but then you don't have the trust in yourself to share it because you don't. It's like, I was watching a thing where it was like the potential for something. It's like people are too afraid to commit to something because then they'll lose the potential that it has. And they want to keep the potential rather than possibly lose the positives that it might have had. And I think I've definitely had that aspect in me. And for this one, it was kind of like, well, don't even, like, worry about it. Like, because it's not necessarily what it's what I wanted to make at the time, but it wasn't like some new exploratory thing. It was more like, this is what I needed to make, and this is really cool. It's, like, really quiet. But, and it's what I wanted to make in that it was, like, that would make it fulfilling for me. But it's not necessarily, like, the music that I want to progress with. Like, I still enjoy every single part of this album because it reminds me of all of this. But in being able to, like, expand into, like, connecting with other people or, like, explore new emotions and things, like, this is not that, I don't think. Like, I mean, I happen to be doing that with this, where it's, like, realizing of letting go of, like, worrying about yourself, like, how it's perceived to others and things like that. But that was the vehicle that drove this release rather than something I learned from it. And the music itself isn't like very honest. Like I think the biggest like honest thing I've made is like on Harry, that opening song, Deep Dive. Like I was just feeling, I don't even know how to articulate, because like I'm not really good at that. And that song, like I kind of just like let it roll. Let it roll. Debbie reference. Are we gonna go higher, 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 yeah, higher? Okay, I know I missed it. The point I mean, I missed it. Go on, Rocket. Oh God, I won't. Stay with me, Lord. Play with me. Stay with me, Lord. Play with me. Yeah, another Debbie reference. See, like that's instinct. Like I'm not worrying about that just happened. Like that's right now. So even down to like the artwork and stuff, like I haven't wanted to use, well, whatever. I didn't want to use AI for the artwork, so then I drew over it, and it's like I made it my own. It's like whatever. Like there was a process. I tried something new, and I loved the outcome. And it has my own take on things, and it's like whatever. But the point of it was like that I wasn't worrying about. It's like, oh, I used AI. Like I really try not to use AI for things. And like this time it's just like, well, if it's gonna make it into something that I'm proud of, and it's more fully my own than just the thing that it spat out, then so be it. You know what I mean? The point of it is like not worrying about what the process was for this. Like you're gonna make what you're gonna make. You're going to make it sound as good as it can with what you know now. You're not going to worry that you're going to remaster it later. Like, this, exactly how it sounds, is the album. I'm not going to remix it. I'm not going to remaster it. When I burn it to CD, like, it's done. Like, there's no more of, that's it. Like, you have to let go. And I think that's why this is, like, so awesome. There's a new Minecraft video where they're talking about like, oh, they're gonna redo oceans again, and I'm literally just thinking like, is this game done updating yet? Like, people are still like, oh, we need to add sea lions, we need to add crabs, and like everyone has their own thing of what they want, and I don't blame you, like whatever. And I just see it as like everyone's putting like all this energy into this external thing, and I don't know if it's just because I've been working on that, like I now see that everyone else is doing that. And then, like, the game itself is being run on that thing. Where it's like, people want this external drive from this game. And they keep wanting updates because it keeps supplying them with, like, happiness. And it's like, that's why? Like, that's so ugly. Like, I started playing older Minecraft again because it's what reminded me of when I was a kid. And I don't know if it's just that alone. Like, I mean, it could be. But it's like, everything that I love about Minecraft was there. Like, it's not more, it's not less. Because at the time, it was like, that was just the game. And like, now it's like, you can't play that way anymore because they've removed features. They've added features. Like, things you would do it a different way now. And it's just like, the stuff that made it hard before, they either made a way around it, and it's just like, like, why does everything have to keep changing? Like, it's one thing to change where it's like, oh, there's a new game that's everyone's favorite instead of Minecraft. Like, Minecraft itself would always be there. That's different than Minecraft perpetually changing on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Like, why? like it's literally like a business move at this point, and I now see it as that. Like, so I think that was after I had released the album. Like, that wasn't what influenced the album, the premise of that. But now seeing that, it's like, okay, I have more interest in making things exact to what they are in the moment, and then like living with that and accepting that. Like, Minecraft is like the epitome of like, we didn't do this right before, so we're gonna fix it. It's like, why does everything that's done in the past have to be wrong? Like, we just didn't know any better. Like, that's freaking stupid. Like, why do we need to fix that, fix this? It's like, why do we need more of that, more of this? Like, if anything, that just explains like that people aren't happy with their current selves, so they keep asking for more. And I guess that's true for everyone. At least, like, I mean, that's even me right now. Like, I'm not happy with where I'm at, if you were to say it like that. Like, I just need to move forward. But I'm not going to shoehorn things into now. Like, that hasn't and doesn't work. Like, you need to end what is now and continue what is into the future. Like you need to make a full step into that next thing. You can't just half commit. At least that's what seems to be the case for me. Let's see, what else is this album about? Yeah, it's windy and you can't even hear it. This mic is awesome. I love it, dude. Dude, I'm so glad I got a dynamic mic because, it's not compression mic. What is it called? Make sure this is still recording. It always makes me nervous. I'm going to pause it and hit play. All right, so we're literally any different along than we were just now. All right. So, I love the liner notes that I put on Bandcamp for all this because it really explains the progression of this whole album. Like, part of it was just following your will. That sounds, yeah. Following your, instincts and then just going through with it. I guess I've already summarized that, but I don't want to go through the entire thing just because you could go read it yourself and it has all of the stuff. Like, if I try to summarize it, it's like, just read the whole thing. Like, I kept adding more and more and more and more, like, every, week or, 3 days or, anything that would come new to my mind about the album or the context of it or whatever. I would just add more and more and more. Like, if I release a CD booklet for this, it's going to have to be 8 pages or something, like little things. Because it really does have a lot of stuff about the album. Oh, the songs with the crazy lyrics. That's literally the best representation of whatever's going on in your head. Just let it out, and then also just letting it be what it is. Not even trusting it for what it is. You don't even know where it comes from. Just let it be what it is. It's like a bug in here or something. No, it's just a leaf or something. One of those plants that looks like a fly wing. Fly wing. Am I too close to the mic? I think I might have been too close to the mic. This sounds better, huh? Versus sounds like this. This sounds a little bit too loud. This sounds a little bit too loud. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's just nervous energy, I think. All that random, weird, goofy stuff I do. Yeah, after making this album, I just felt great. Just relieved and, happy with that I could do I think why I wanted to do this podcast, I was watching YouTube and then a Devin video podcast, or when he was making the moth, he had like all these videos where he would talk. And seeing that again from like a year ago, I was like, oh yeah, like that was awesome. And I want to do these with a video, but I'm not quite there yet. Like with this, I can just talk and not worry about it. But like having the camera, like I'm like still worried about, like maybe not. I just need to try it again. But I'd rather just speak today than worry about getting the camera. And I'd probably want to use my phone camera, like with not universal control, but handoff or whatever continuity camera. Probably plug it in with lightning because I'm not on Wi-Fi though. Yeah, you could use your phone camera, at least get like 1080p or 4K. Use my mic with that. But that's a whole other thing. Just trying new things. After having finished the album, I realized, like within the last like few days now, I finished the album a while ago, but like having been making music again, I realized like the work that I'm happy with or can let it be what it is like when I'm not in my own head. And like for this album, it was like very much the case. Like I was already not in my head when I was making or even like thinking of this or whatever. Like I was in a good place. And now afterwards, I think like I started to kind of get in my head again. And like I've been trying to make music because it's like, oh, now I have like figured this thing out again. It's like it's always that same silly thing where it's like you think you figured it out, and then like you haven't, and you just keep making this stuff, and then you're like, oh, it just doesn't. I don't know, man. Like I thought I was gonna do this whole like proggy thing. I literally wrote about it like 4 days ago, like this whole long paragraph. Like, oh, I'm gonna make like these conceptual alter egos of like the genres, like where it's like rather than releasing stuff in my own name, it would be like these hypothetical names that I made up, and like the whole point of it is just to explore new things and like not worry about it needing to cater to my identity. So it's like, but the thing I think I realized with that is that I don't know how to do those things. So just because I'm acting like I can doesn't mean I'm able to. And I think that kind of turned me off to the idea. Like, I still love the concept, but I would need more expertise and familiarity with like those genres. Like, I was gonna do like one that was like a straightforward pop album. Like, that still sounds like like the creative side of me like still loves that idea, but I don't have like the interest in that other than like the idea. You know what I mean? And like for this one, like it's fun to make the weird album. So like in that way, that's why it's my thing. Like some things I try to make, like they don't end up being fun, so then I don't want to continue with it. And it's like I need to have the drive to want to make it in order to see it through. And if I don't have that, then like if I try and force it, then it just comes from this weird place, and it's like then you feel like you're going backwards. And that's absolutely happened in the past. Like for I'm trying to think, like Sienna, that was one. Catastrophic failure as a human being, as you can probably tell by the name. I've wanted to like go back and change some of these names or artwork and things like that, and now I'm starting to see it's like, well, maybe the whole point of what you've learned here is that you don't need to do that, because that's exactly what the work is meant to represent. Like, that period of time was that thing, so that's why that is the result of it. Like, you can't make your haphazard work into something it's not just with like a new name and a new artwork picture. Like, that's not gonna work. Like, that's just gonna make it worse. And like if you don't feel the heart in the project in the first place, you're not going to make it appear like that either. Even if it's just like trying to do that for yourself. Like, so I think that's what I'm trying to remind myself. Like, if I'm not feeling these recording things, like after having finished recreational outrage, the projects I've made, like, they've had good things that I've tried in concept where it's like, oh, there's this new, it's like, oh, new mixing ideas and like things like that. Like, those are all better improvements, but that's not heart in the record. That's just like sonically sounding better. And I think that's where I'm going to start reminding myself. That's where I am starting to remind myself, because I'm already doing that. Good job. Is it like, well, maybe you don't need to be making a project right now. Like, you're obviously not feeling it, so don't. And I think part of that wraps back around to that pit feeling. Like, if I don't have something that I'm working on, then you just have like this, ooh, there's a dragonfly that just flew in here. That's pretty cool. He flew out. Like, then you get back to that like gnawing pit of like, well, what am I doing? Like, if I don't have something that I'm doing, then like, I don't like that phrase where it's like, well, why am I here? Like, I don't I mean, I don't know if I'm depressed. I don't think, like, at least I hope that I'm not. But like, I'd rather put work into being healthy in, like, maybe I'm like afraid of that. Yeah, I probably am. I know it's quiet, but I just need to take like a mental break. I'm kind of just zoning out. And you can hear the birds through the little monitor. Yeah, now I feel present again. I don't know, that was weird. I'm still kind of rambling. Like, it's weird. I don't know. It's like you can tell when your brain is like working on something, but you can't see it or articulate it. It's like you know something's there. And I think that's a real struggle for me. Like, you can tell like something is like deep there, but you don't know, like, you can't see it. It kind of reminds me of like a black hole or something. It's like it's sucking energy out of the surrounding areas, but like you can't see it. It's just like, oh, we know you're there, but we can't see you. Damn. It's like I'm thinking really hard, but I don't know what I'm thinking about. Like, I'm staring off into the distance, and like you can see a hiker on a hill, and I don't know if it's like you just see like the gravity of it all. No pun intended, related to the black hole analogy. But yeah, does this audio sound bad? What are we talking about again? I think I'm a little bit lost. I'm gonna pause. Yeah. This is going good. I'm happy. Okay, random thing I'll talk about again. I'm using Logic this time instead of voice memos because with my new mic and the Scarlett plugged into my Mac, it did find the input. Like, you can hear it when you record, but it's a mono channel, so you only get the left ear when you record in voice memos. Like, I played it back and it's like really quiet and it's a left ear, and it's like, that's not going to work. Like, I mean, it would work. I could record that with voice memos and then like bring it into Logic and fix it, but it's like, well, just record it in Logic. So that's why I'm doing that this time. Because before I was just using my onboard mic, and I think that, what would you call that? Like, it stereo splits it for you or something like that. Well, I think it's still recording a mono channel, but it plays it back in stereo. And when you record with the Scarlett, I imagine it would be recording it in stereo because it sees there's two channels, the mic and the guitar. Ooh, that'd be a cool concept, though. Oh, that'd be super cool. If I were to record with voice memos, okay, here's another random idea. Like, this doesn't really sound fun, but it's like a cool concept. Well, I mean, it sounds fun and I want to try it, but it's not like a new, oh, this is going to articulate how my feelings are. Like, no. You could record in voice memos with the weird stereo thing, have guitar plugged in, have the mic plugged in, and it would be like mic on the left, guitar on the right, and it would be like one stereo file, but it's like two. It's different than like if you were to mix it that way. Like, I mean, you could do that in Logic, but like the thing that's cool to me is like, it's like, that's not how it's intended to be used. Like, it's more of a accidental kind of recording. That's kind of why it's funny to me. Just that random thought. Yeah. So the next steps that I am trying to work on with myself is that CD noise. I should do some ASMR though. I really want to try that. But I don't know if it would work with a dynamic mic though. You probably want a condenser mic. That's what the word is. But I'm really curious if that would work really cool. I've never done ASMR, like in the literal sense. Like, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, that one I'm feeling that'd be really cool. Because that's another thing of like, oh, that seems too weird. Like, you shouldn't do that. But like, again, that's why I should do it. Because then I can get over worrying about it. It's like, I don't know why that stuff's cool, but like, it's relaxing, and it's like, most of the time, like, it kind of like helps ground you, at least like for me. Like, if it's like anxiety or just like not being in the moment, like, ASMR is like really good for that. It doesn't always work though. Like, I think if I'm tired and I don't think I really get ASMR like in the literal, like what it means. If anything, it's more just kind of like a tangible, like sonic experience for me. And that's why it's cool. Kind of like if you go, I don't know. It's like, oh, that comforter feels really soft. Like, that feels really cool on your hands. It's like, okay, now I'm like really like relieved by that. Like, I'm pleased. Like, oh, this is a cool sensation. Like, that's what ASMR is like for me. Like, it's not like I guess that's what ASMR is, but yeah. So I'd want to try it in that, like, what it works for me. Like, that would be cool to try that. Yeah, so that's one in the book. So I made a note of that in my head. Whenever that comes about, kind of like these podcasts, I realized, I just published it's Volatile Temperaments. Wait, is that what it was? No. There's all these names, I swear. Pivotal Inclinations. That was the new, from like a year ago, the demos. Again, I was not feeling that at the time, those demos. Like, there was a lot of things that I found that, like, I was like, wow, this is a great, like, thing. But I was not feeling the writing. Like, and that's okay. Like, ooh, that's another point of it. Like, I'm glad that I wrote those and that, like, I articulated at that point. It wasn't, like, my music that I wanted to make, though. It was kind of like, oh, this sounds too familiar, or, like, whatever. Like, I wasn't feeling it. But, and I think that's kind of the music that I'm writing right now. So, whatever. Like, just do whatever you like I'm saying this to myself, like do whatever works at the moment. Because like it seems like anytime I don't feel the music, like I'm still glad that I made it and like made it public. Like, but pivotal inclinations. I had mentioned in one of the things like, oh, I want to do a podcast. And when going back and listening to that, I was like, wow, I actually did end up doing that. I'm like, another thing, like, good job. Like, that's super cool. So I'm glad that that ended up coming to fruition, and like maybe doing ASMR will probably be the same. Like 6 months from now, you might see ASMR or like something like that, just meditation, or we'll see. I don't know, like those kind of videos. I mean, like maybe it won't just be music. It'll still be me using the tools that I know how to use, because those are fun to use. But I have to have a vehicle that I'm moving towards. Like I can't just using the tools themselves is fun, but I need something that needs those tools. I need something that requires those tools. I can't just be doing it for the sake of it. I was watching a Victor Wooten video that came up, and in the talk he was saying, wait, I want to make sure this is, I did hit record, right? Okay, good. I'm really worried that it, pause. Alright, just in case. We're good. Wait, did I hit the? Yeah, you're good. Alright. Victor Wooten video. He was saying like how when you're young, you learn your first language by being around people that are experts in it, and then you learn from them what that entails, like just by hearing that. Like it's not like you understand the language before you learn it. And I guess that's true in the literal sense, but like it's hard to convey that again with words. Like you understand like the meaning and the intent behind the words before you get the words. And he was saying like music is the same way, like, or at least like it can be the same way. And I think I very much feel the same way about that too. Like with the music that I've been doing, like I've wanted to learn how to music, like how Adam Neely's music word, it's like music with the CK, like musicking. Like I've wanted to learn how to music. I've wanted to learn how to musicking before learning how to make music in like the schooling sense. Because to me that's the important part. Like it would be great and ideal to learn how to articulate it better with like playing cleaner or new techniques. It's like, oh, like look at this cool sound, like it's a sweeping arpeggio, like it sounds very cool, yay. But again, like it has to come from like, why are you doing it? That's the part that's important to me. That also loops back to something I was talking about recently at home, is that I very much connect to people in a similar sense. Like it's the musicking equivalent of talking with people. Like if you can both musicking together, that's more important to me. Like even if it's just something like you haven't done before, like there has to be that like you understand each other before having said anything. Like to me that's what makes it really cool. I get tired. Oh man. Where are we at now? Connection with people is like musicking, Victor Wooten, musicking, intent of playing music, like scales and stuff. Oh, another big thing was like realizing recently just how different everyone's paths are. Like, I know as a statement, it's like, oh, everyone has their own path. Like, yes, that's true. And I think the gravity of that really just like came to a head recently. I wonder if that's part of like the sadness too, or that pit thing. I don't know. It could be different. I don't know. I don't see the correlation. Well, and like, I mean, unless it's like jealousy or something, but I really don't think I'm jealous. Like, I just feel bummed for myself. Maybe that's what it is. Like, how come I haven't done, oh, that's it. Like, I'm bummed that I haven't allowed myself to explore the things that other people have. That makes a lot of sense to me. So it's like more not ashamed of yourself, because like everything that I've wanted to do, at least in my own ability, like I've wanted to work instead of go to college, or I've wanted to make music instead of like learn how to be a guitar aficionado. Like, these are all things that like I did make the right decision, because that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm really glad that I did the way I did. I think, I don't know if it's like FOMO. It's not, I don't know, maybe FOMO. Like, I mean, it could go both ways, I can see too. Like, one of my friends, he just got married, and like, that's super cool. And like, part of me is also kind of like, how do I, like, I don't know how he's done everything he's done now like that fast. And like, it's been a while though, so it's not like it's been fast. Like, all of it is absolutely doable, and he's done it, and that's super cool. Like, maybe it's like, I wish that I could do that too, and I can, or I wish I would let myself do that. That's a better way to put it. Like, I'm capable of doing that, but I wish I had the trust in myself to go do those things as well. And maybe that's what's, yeah, that might be what's hard for me. And maybe seeing that has opened my eyes of like, just trying not to worry, or, again, this was all after the album, so it all kind of relates. Like, say if you're like going to like move somewhere new, or like that still seems, for me, it seems too far-fetched, like for me, myself. But more like the third person, like if I'm looking at myself, like my own reflection of myself, it's like, oh, he's not capable of going and do that. Like, that wouldn't work. Same with like the, oh, well, why would she want to date me? Like, I don't know what she would see in me. Or, oh, I don't know why he'd want to hang out and like play music. It's like, well, I don't think he'd like the music I would like. Or it's like, oh, he probably wouldn't like the guitar part that I have. Like, it's probably too whatever. Like, and I think I was talking yesterday, like, that must be like a self-esteem thing. Because, like, I'm proud of what I do, but I don't reflect back to myself positively on it. And Devin was talking about that in the podcast I rewatched yesterday, where he was saying like he just has like this internal dialogue that's negative, where he's like, oh, you're so fucking stupid. Oh, you're so fucking stupid. Like, oh, you're so fucking stupid. And like, mine's not that literal word, like, or mine's not that. If anything, I just feel like I'm incapable, or like, oh, you can't be trusted with that. Like, I don't think you'd be able to do that. That's my equivalent. Why is that so loud? He was on like an e-bike, but it was like obnoxious. So, yeah, that seems about right though. And Devin was saying that he went to like this, I think it was like hypnotherapist, and he's like, oh, I don't know about like all this stuff. And then like that the therapist was like, oh, just picture yourself like on the beach. And then his literal mind was like, oh, I'm not there. And then he's like, oh, picture like how the sand feels. And he's like, there's no sand in my hands. It's like, I don't feel anything. Like in his mind, this was internal dialogue. And then she's like, okay, like hear the water. And he's like, I don't hear any water. And then he's like, sorry, like I don't mean to interject. And like, I really want to make this work. And he's like, this just is not working though. And she's like, oh, I thought that would work for you. And she's like, okay, let me try something else. And he's like, okay. And I can't remember how he said it went about. It was like going that... how was it? Bikers going by. Random tangent. I have a farmer tan. There's a guy that just went by on a bike and he had a sleeveless shirt. And I think he had a farmer tan too, but that reminds me, like, I definitely have a farmer tan. Okay, back to hypnotherapy. Yeah, my mind is like lost again. Got distracted. That's one thing about doing this outside, or like, there's a lot of things going on, but it's kind of good for me. Where am I at now? I can't remember how she got him into the state, and I don't know if he even remembered fully. That's kind of what he was articulating too. But the thing was that she got him to start like speaking from the sides of himself, where it's like, what it comes to me, or like what it comes down to me is like, it's not like there's two personalities. Like, I mean, if you're gonna say it like that, you can, but to me it almost seems like there's the positive aspects of you, and then there's like the negative internal dialogue. Like, I don't think these are necessarily like two people. It's just like two ways that your brain is running. It's almost like if you have two processes on the computer. It's like, if you were to, like, I always think it's like CPU and GPU, like that's more like the brain, like the sides of the brain or something. But say if it's like, what's running on those, like the like the game loop versus like the fragment shader. Like, I would more equate it to that, if you're gonna be that pedantic about it. Like if you were to have those sides talk to each other, like through a worker thread. What is this conversation? But like they both have a different understanding of how things work, and they don't communicate together. Like they just message back and forth. So like one will critique the other, and then like it goes from there. So he was saying that the positive side was saying like oh man, it's just like always like never I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like the negative side is like, oh man, like you just never let me speak. And that was really interesting to me. There's a plane going by. People going by. Okay. Just don't want to get distracted and keep talking, so I pause. Yeah, this mic is awesome though. So like, this is my voice next to the mic. I'm gonna move it away. Like, listen, this is. Can you even hear this? I don't even know. If I move it, oh wow. So I'm holding the mic upwards. I don't think you can even hear me. It's still far away, but it's angled at my voice, and you can still hear it, but it's really quiet. So if I go really far, oh, you can still hear it too. Okay. It's very far away, but it's angled at me. If I angle it away, like it's still like a foot away from my mouth, but you can hear me. So it's definitely directional, because I don't even know if you can still hear this. You probably can. Bringing my voice closer. I'm very close to the mic, but I'm on the side of it. Like I'm literally right next to the mic, and it's this quiet. But if I bring my voice up, I'm still right angle with the mic, but my voice is above the mic rather than below it. My voice is below the mic now, up, or down, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. So that's cool. Okay, now I'm holding it below. Ooh, this sounds really good. This sounds very good. Okay. Versus directly like at the mic. Okay, something learned here. Just by experimentation. So this is below my mouth, as if it's like scary movie night and you have a flashlight. Scary stories. Campfire. So this is, if I'm holding it like I'm lighting up my face, like it's scary stories. Versus this is directly angled at my mouth. You get like all of the parts of it. I have a pop guard on here, like one of those fuzzy ones that surrounds it. And I have the de-esser plugin. Okay, back to Devin, because I'm tangenting again. Yeah, the internal dialogue, like, there's one thing of like blindly trusting yourself, and there's one thing of like, that's hard, like, because I'm really curious how you overcome that dialogue, because even Devin mentioned that like years after like doing the Deconstruction album, which is also a big part of this post-album release thing, I will get into that. I'm glad this looped back into that. Because he noticed that after doing things like Deconstruction and then going on to Epic Cloud, is it Epic Cloud or Epic Loud? Probably Epic Loud. He said it's both, but I always say Epic Cloud. But I know it's Epic Loud, and it could be both, but I always say Epic Cloud. Epic Cloud. That he had like set aside that side of him. And I don't know if that was like around Empath, I think, because I know he said that he wanted to re-engage with that side of him again. So that does add up to that time. I don't know if that's exactly before Empath or not. I imagine it is, though, because of the time he was talking about, because he said like a few years ago. So, like when he got back into allowing himself to be like angry and things like that, because it was like hyper positivity, he mentioned, like for things like Epic Cloud, and like after that, like it was all like constructive. And that explains why it was like very straightforward as well after the first 4 DTP albums. So that's one thing I'm wary of as well. Like for this album, I'm not ignoring the inner critic. Well, actually, wait, let me... Yeah. Like, I didn't resolve the inner critic for this album release and to work on it and, like, to not worry about it. Like, if anything, I was just very stable in where I was to where I could ignore it. But I'm not saying, like, it was... like, the inner critic is wrong. Like, I wasn't doing that, like... Like, I wasn't saying, like, oh, you can't be their inner critic. Like, if anything, I was just being like, we're not going to worry about that right now, and we're just going to continue with whatever this is. It's not saying, like, oh, yeah. So, that's one thing that I'm really happy about this release, too, is that it wasn't, like, condemning that side of me. It was just, like, not letting it take hold. Because, like, the negativity parts, like, of just... Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that has a spot on the album or not. Like, just... I mean, like, maybe to some extent. Like, if the songs are, like, more straightforward, it's like, oh, well, I guess I could make things a little easier here and then make, like, a lighter song so it's not as crazy or in-depth or whatever. Like, if anything, that was just more like for the listening experience. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit fatigued as a listen here. Like, the album at this point needs to have a song that's not to that level. So that's not because I was like, oh, the last song I made, it was too crazy. Like, I'm going to make one that's more straightforward. Like, I need to stop doing crazy songs. Like, it's not coming from that place. It's just like, okay, the album is taxing right here, and it needs relief. Like, to me as a listener, and like I imagine other people too. But again, like we're not worried with what other people think of this. That's the other point of this. Like it's just natural. Like it started. Okay, I'm gonna look up the track list because I want to make I want to make CD sleeves for these, even though I know that's not logistical. Like you get like 100 CDs with like the little booklet. Like that sounds so cool. It'd be like 100. I don't know how much. Maybe like $30. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But if it's affordable, like I might just do it because that would be so fucking cool. And again, I don't like to use bad language, but like that's how I feel. Like so fucking cool. Like that's fully committing to it. Like I don't even know if I'd just give it to people or if I would sell them, like whatever it is. Like that's exactly the same extent of the album. It's like it doesn't matter. Like if you want to do it, trust yourself that it's what you wanted to do. So when I feel like I can design the entire booklet or the back of it or the track list or whatever, what have you, like I probably will make a little CD sleeve for it and have these like duplicated because that'd be super cool. And that would be a first. That sounds something I'm interested in too. Like it would make it an even more full release. So yeah, I might do it. Track list. Yeah, because I want to look on the back of this CD case and see the track list and like have the little, I don't know if I'd have, later down the road maybe I'd make a booklet. Like it doesn't need to be crazy fancy deluxe. Like I just want to make it more tangible though, because like this is a real thing that I made. That's what doing the CDs would be for. It's like I made this thing and it means a lot to me. Here's a copy for you. Like it doesn't need to have all the Bandcamp random, like I don't want it to be some abstract thing. Like if it is, then so be it. But like it doesn't need to be this in-depth, like, oh, check out this, like, here's this crazy explainer on how this album was for me or like whatever. Like, I mean, later on, like a thing to delve into it, like it might have that deluxe booklet thing, but this thing is meant to just be the solid work itself and like unrelenting to what it is. Whether it's like something, even if it turned into something calm, like I would have let it be that. Like I literally had no control, like to my own hand, I had no control over what this thing was going to sound like. And that's why it was so awesome. And like when I've been writing songs afterwards, I started controlling it again. I think that's what made it weird. It's like, oh, well, now I'm going to start making these certain type of albums. And it's like, I'm very curious about what that is. Like, so I don't know if it's because now it's coming from a place of like, well, I don't have the emotional energy to be that open to it at the moment. So maybe I just need to wait a little bit. Or these songs aren't an album, the ones that I'm making now. Like, maybe I'm just back into the stage of learning how to record again. Because that's kind of what, like, February through April was, I think. Like, I really wanted to be working on an album, but, like, I just wasn't feeling it. But I made plenty of songs, and I'm going to release them. But it wasn't like this is my work right now. And, like, that's exactly what Recreational Outrage was. Like, it was like, this is my thing. This tangible thing is me. Or, I don't even know, like, yeah, it's me. It's like the full experience. And it's unrelenting in what it is. Okay, back to the track lists. Track list. The songs of the track list. The Farts of Damnation. Mr. Skibbity. Okay, yeah, so it's Swami, The Farts of Damnation, Howling Blast Beats, Shizmaster 5000, Indecisive Doctorate, Mr. Skibbity, More Answers Than Questions, Non Sequiturs, Loopage Is My Friend, Bound for Greatness, A Return to Tuesday, Haunted, Honey I'm Home, Porta John, As the Leaves Blow, AOV, Do Burb, Pleasantries, Steroid to Heaven, Griselda the Snitch. I love this album so much. It's so good. yeah, like there's multiple aspects of albums here of things that I've done, like, and new things too. And it didn't have to be new. That's like, there was no expectations with this project. That's why it was so cool. What do I talk about? Yeah, I don't know. That might be it for now. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm running out of things to say again. But I have plenty more to say, but I'm running out of what I want to say, you know what I mean? Like, I'm running out of saying ability, but I have more that I would like to say. This album was also a way of letting me express my viewpoint on things without, and I don't even know if I like blatantly expressed it really. It's just kind of like, hypothetically, I let myself, like, the cover, it's meant to be like, it's a pun. It's a pun because I heard about this recreational outrage term, and then I think I was at work and I just like thought about, like, oh, that would be kind of funny if it was like recreational, like you're on like this campsite and then like there's like this Karen that's mad and she's like fighting this ranger and she's like and then like he's like has like this army behind him with like tanks and he's like holding a sword. Like, it was literally just like random stuff. It's like, oh, this sounds like so ridiculous and stupid, but like I mean that in a positive way. Like, to me, like, if something's stupid, like, that's a great reason to do it. And maybe not stupid in like the, yeah, it's like, it doesn't, it's kind of like, if, what do you say? It's like endearing. Yeah. Like, I mean it in an endearing way. Like this is such a stupid notion that it's like, that's awesome. So that's very much what this album is rooted in. Like, the notion of it is just like stupid and like ridiculous, and it's like, that's awesome. And that's exactly why I need to do it, and like why I need to share it and not worry about it, is like, because like, it's a thing. And that enjoyment that you have around that, you want to share that. You want to make that something that's known. Like, I already do that with like jokes at work and stuff like that. So like, that's kind of what this was meant to be. Like, when I do like my random jokes that are like very much inspired by Norm Macdonald, where it's just like, the joke is that the joke is like stupid. Like, I love it. It's so good. And maybe that's why I haven't felt right, is like, I kind of forgot that about this project, or like after having completed it, like, it started to get real. And maybe that's why I knew that the album was over when it was over, is like, the novelty of it I had worked through. And I mean that in a positive way. Like, the things that I had wanted to complete, I did. And it's like, I articulate. It's like success. It's like, now it's over because you've communicated what you wanted to communicate. And then you realize, like, okay, it's now done. So in that way, I was also very much pleased with, like, I did very good at being like, well, I feel like the album's done. And then being like, okay, I guess it's done then. Because I had kept writing songs and I was like, oh, but I should include these. And I was like, no, you shouldn't, because you know, when you started feeling like this was done, and it was right after Griselda the Snitch, you're like, okay, this song, like, you can feel it, like the album's over. And even though I was like, oh, but it doesn't make sense why it would end right here, I'm like, but this album is instinctual. Like, the feeling of the album being over, that dictated the album being over. Same with the start of the album. Like, Swami, like, honestly, I probably wouldn't include that song if it was like, oh, this can only be good songs. It's like, no, but I knew that it was like, I would start the album with this, like, or like, when I had made that song, I knew it was the beginning of it. So that's why I included it. It's not that I thought it was like, oh, this needs to open the album. Like, looking back now, it's like, it's the perfect opener for this. But using logic, it makes no sense why you would open the album with that. And that also reminds me of this album was very much inspired by Mike Keneally. Like, I just had seen him in concert down at Ocean Beach, and it was phenomenal. And I got Boil That Dust Speck. Boil that dust speck. Boil that dust speck. Boil. 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 I just got the signed deluxe edition, and I was watching on DVD. Oh, that's exactly what inspired it. That's right. I already wrote this in the bio, but okay, now I'm remembering why this album started. So I very much reconnected with that, like, I don't know, I don't want to say childlike, but like that innocent, like, love for music again. I very much found that in the music that he has and in myself. Like, I figured out, like, okay, this is why I do what I do. That's exactly what it was. And seeing, like, when he was talking about, it's like, I think Soothe. Yeah, Soothe is what it was called. The opener, like, again, I don't really like that song, but I love the premise of it. And Suami was very much inspired by that. Like, the concept of the song itself, like, of Soothe, I very much love. But, like, anytime I play the album, like, I pretty much always skip that song. And it's not that I, like, wouldn't have, like, I'm not going to remove it from the album. It's like, the album is that. So, like, when I have it on my iPod or my phone or something, like, I'm not going to change how he meant it to be just because I don't like it. Like, I'm not going to pick the songs I like and only play those. Like, I'm very much interested in the entire thing of the album. So, like, if I listen to the album all the way through, like, I absolutely start it with that. But, like, if I'm going to work, like, I'm not going to play that song just because, like, it has to be musiced a certain way. And that's very much the case with the, this album, too. I mean, maybe not even to some extent. Like, it could just depend on how people music things. Like the Adam Neely definition. Like, for me, a lot of these songs work really well of just, like, being out and about. Like, I wish I could read the back of the cover again. I gotta open up my phone, go to Music app. Like, the songs that I like to listen to just out and about, like, without, I definitely fast forward my album. Like, I'm like, oh, I love the sound of this, but I don't want to listen to that song right now. Like, Shizmaster 5000, like, if I'm up to somebody at a stoplight and Shizmaster 5000 comes on, like, I mean, that song I'd have, but, like, Howling Blast Beats, I'm not gonna listen to that in the car. Like, that's just silly. Unless I'm, like, out and about, like, on the freeway or something, like, maybe. Like, when I listen to this album all the way through, if I'm in the car, I mean, I'll listen to Mr. Skibbity, Non Sequiturs, Loopage Is My Friend, Bound for Greatness, A Return to Tuesday, Haunted, Honey I'm Home, Porta-John, As the Leaves Blow. I guess it's most of them. I don't usually listen to Pleasantries because that's meant to be musiced, like, very intimately, if you were to put it that way. And say if you're just, like, working on, like, I think that reminds me very much of when I'm, like, coding at night with my headphones on. Like, and it's just you, and, like, Pleasantries is very much a, like, you're close with the song. And Steroid to Heaven is another one of the accessible songs, like, more that I'd, like, play out and about. Griselda the Snitch, too. I love how that sounds. And I've wanted to continue making songs in that vein, but again, that's been the only driving factor for the music that I've made since the finish of this album. So it's not that I, like, have a goal with the album. It's that, like, oh, I like the sound of that. I'm going to keep doing that. And that's not enough. Like, when I do that, it's not enough to work on something and feel it. Like, it needs to be from a place of why I'm doing it. And maybe that's what ended the album too, is I didn't know why I was doing it after that. It was like, oh, yeah. So, because like at the beginning it was like that connection to the Keneally songs, or like referencing other things, like even Porta-John, like, is very contrived, if that's the word. But like I still knew it's like this is absolutely like the part of not knowing why you're doing it. That's also a facet of it. So like in the way that the album was ending, that's also represented in the album, like with Porta-John, because like in a way, like I was already kind of running out of things that I was writing. Like I think the first half of the album is like when it was like new. And yeah, by the time I did Bound for Greatness, that was I was recording with my mic like this out in the valley, like by the lake, and I was doing like metal vocals and stuff, and like it was all like still very new, but I didn't like feel like I could make songs around those. I don't know why. Like I very much valued that I recorded those, but I didn't feel like they were the place on the album in a weird way, because I really don't like to remove things from an album if I don't have to, like if I can get the whole picture. But now I'm glad that I do that now too. Like, okay, I'm really in the zone now. Okay, keep going. Ooh, don't analyze it. Okay, so like for A Sight to Behold, like I was very keen on for A Sight to Behold. I probably said that too fast. Don't analyze. Damn it. Fuck. Okay, I lost my train. Dang it. Stop analyzing. See? Like, whatever that is, like, I started to realize that I was like, oh, I'm doing really good at speaking. And then that just threw off the whole thing. Make sure the recording's still going. Now my brain is wandering. No. Oh. All right. So, A Sight to Behold. Fuck, I'm so off track now. A Sight to Behold. I was very keen on like trying to include everything, and that made the album like very not a nice listen, because at the time like I was very wanting to include everything because that was like all I knew how to do. It's like, but now it's like I want the message of the album to be clearly communicated, and if a song doesn't clearly communicate, like it doesn't line up with the intent, then I can't include it. Or like if I wasn't feeling it, or things like that. Like those songs that I recorded like out in the valley, kind of reminds me of Flatlands too, the album, because that's a great album with a bunch of songs. Like I could very much love Flatlands like I love this album, but there's a bunch of things on there that it's like, well, that didn't need to be on the album. Like the song was keen to my growth, but like that doesn't mean it needs to be on the entire picture of it. And going back and re-releasing it with the songs missing, again, like that removes the original thing. Like that's critiquing yourself later, and I don't want to do that. So it's a bummer that the songs are on there, because now I can't do anything about it. Like in the literal sense, I can do something about it. Like it's just on Bandcamp, just remove the songs. But like, or like hide the videos on YouTube. But like to me, that's like backtracking. Like I'm trying to convey what I learned here, not like critique something into being what it's not. Like I mentioned before, like changing the artwork or changing the names or whatever. So the only other time that I've done that recently is I've undone when I've done that before, like Indeterminate Muffled Conundrum. That was a working title for that project, to where I loved that name, but it seemed so ridiculous for the project. Like it was very much like a kind of straightforward release, like maybe not writing wise or something, but like It's kind of just like a little EP of just projects I wrote when we were on vacation. And for what it was, I really like it. But it's not like this project. Like, this project's like miles ahead, like, in what it means to me. But like, I'm glad I did that little project because it was like let loose. Well, I guess it's similar in the vein too. Like, I wasn't worrying about what it was. It was just like, it's that thing. And I tried to like procure it when I released it. It's like, okay, I'm going to rename it The Guest Room because it's like, oh, I was on vacation. And it's like, it's a very logical name for it. And then I like took one of the pictures, or I used one of the pictures I took when we were out and about, and I made it look like old vinyl, and it's just like, oh, it looks really cool. And it's like, oh, it's like this nice artwork and this and that. And it's like, but the album doesn't warrant that. So even though the album wasn't finished, I hadn't released it with that working title or artwork. Like, I was critiquing it into something it's not. I did go back and fix that though, because I felt that the original title and artwork, working artwork, was more accurate to the project. So I did go back and change it, but it was to the original artwork that I was too unsure of to release it in. So that's one exception where it was like, I am okay with doing that now. Because at first I was like, oh, well, you released it. And it's like, well, you needed to be okay with it. But, yeah, it goes both ways, I guess. Because I'm going to go back and do that for emotional literacy, too. Because, that, again, that's like the banner on my Bandcamp with, like, that weird, like, color blobs, like, that's pixelated. And, like, that was, like, a random abstract thing that I made. And there's a whole picture for it. But I cropped it for Bandcamp. And emotional literacy, the working title was Oincy Pointsy. And I had no idea what that meant. It was like I was like, oh, this is like, what title is this? Like, no one's gonna, like, what? So I was like, okay, like, what is this period for me? It's like, oh, like, connecting with myself and understanding. And it's like, a very logical explanation for that time period. But, and then I used like a picture that I made. It was like, oh, I took this cool car photo when we were on vacation again. And I like made it look all artsy and fartsy. And then I put like a cool logo on it or whatever. And it's like, oh, look, it looks really cool. And it's like, for me, the music doesn't stand up to that. Like, and even then, I don't really like the artwork. Like, it mathematically looks good, but I don't like it. So I think that's another one that I'm going to go back and change it back to the original. Because it wasn't meant to be some clear vision thing. Like, it was meant, I was trying a new thing and I had a working title. And it's like, it wasn't meant to be this procured thing. So making it look like that, that's disingenuine. At least, like, I feel like I'm being disingenuine to myself and the art. 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 I don't know what I'm doing. What do you call a man with no arms and no legs on the wall? His name's Art. What were we talking about? Recreational. Oh. I don't know what I was talking about. Like, I mean, like, because I started talking about emotional literacy, a sight to behold. I'm going to pause and I'm going to go back because that's a great tool. All right, be right back. All right, gang, we're back. So I went back and it was about removing things from an album if you don't have to. I scrolled back and listened to it. Yeah, so, wait, let me see. Wow, I've already been out here an hour and a half. Damn, that's crazy. Let me see. Yeah, removing things from an album. So, there's metrics of why I would remove something from an album. Or not include it, rather. If it detracts from listening to it all the way through, then maybe it shouldn't be on there. Like if you want to skip it in a full album listen, like, then it should either not be included or be on the bonus disc. Like, if you love the idea but it's too abstract for the full listen, it's on a bonus disc. If it's not something you like to listen to, period, or it's like you just hear nothing in it, then I would not want to include it. And at least for me, for my proggy, like, experimental, whatever, like, for the sake of it, like, because, there's, like, everything's weird, like, my songs, I mean, like, if a song is weird enough that you would want to skip it, like, maybe it could be short in its intent, like, Honey, I'm Home, like, that's a freaking weird song. If that was, like, 5 minutes long, like, you'd want to skip that. But, like, if it's a little transition thing, like, it's like, okay, I'll let that slide, like, as a listener. So I think I very much value the short songs that are ridiculous. Listening to Maggot Twat. That's a kind of a crazy name for a band, but I love that band. I love it. And I like how they make these crazy in-between songs. I guess Keneally's like that too, but like their songs are like, it's like revolting too, you know what I mean? That's probably an understatement, honestly. That's why I love them so much. But yeah, like, to me, like, if a song is crazy enough, like, if it's short, like, as a listener, it's like, okay, well, it's only over in 30 seconds, like, just deal with it. And then it's kind of amusing. It's like, oh, maybe I'll listen to that again. Like, you don't have to suffer through it. Like, it's already done before you know it. It's just like a little fun little ear break because it kind of resets you a little bit. Like, if a song is crazy long and it's ridiculous and it's not, like, specifically meant to be overbearing, then I wouldn't want to include it on the main album. That's an interesting thing, though, because, like, there's that one song, Full Bore, it would be on Harry. Like, all of Arse would have been on Harry if it would have fit onto a single disc. But again, like, if that was all on one disc, it's a very hard full listen. Like, it's just too much, you know what I mean? And, like, to me, like, when I put on Recreational Outrage, and I'm not talking about Harry itself, like, if Harry and Arse were together, it would be too big of a listen. I think even Harry itself is a little bit of a big listen, like, with the long manic lullabies. Like, that song, like, you can't, unless you're musicking, like, where you're just sitting, you can't really music it in the car, like, the full album. Let's see, so, yeah, it's a very specific musicking that you need for Harry, but that album, like, it kind of goes a bunch of different places, and, like, it is a little bit taxing. Like, it's still, even with the songs from Arse removed, it's a bit taxing. And, like, all of the songs that would have been on both, like, that's the entire Harry project. Like, regardless, like, there's still songs that I didn't include that I didn't want to listen to. Like, there was, like, examples of those where it's like, oh, I just don't feel anything with this. Like, I love the song, it was fun to make it, and I'm not going to delete it because it means something to me. But, like, I'm not excited to listen to it. It's like you start listening to it and you're like, okay, I get what you're at. Like, is this over yet? Like, can we get the next song? Like, you're just not feeling it. And, like, there's songs for Harry, Arse. Harry/Arse. My pronouns are Harry/Arse. All right. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to like that, but that's funny to me in the moment. Yeah, there's songs on there that, like, there were songs in the recording sessions that I just wasn't feeling, therefore I didn't include them. And I kind of want to release, like, a bonus thing, but again, like, I don't want to go back, I haven't felt like I want to go back to listen to them. It's just like, oh, well, I feel like it would do the album justice to have all of it released for the sake of it. Like, I kind of want to do that, like, in kind of the way the Classic Projects album was. So like I didn't get to do that. I wanted to do that when I released Arse. Like I wanted to have a third thing where it's like the demos or something. But I didn't yet, so I don't even know if I will. We'll see. Like they're not even that interesting, but it's like it would be cool to fully explain like this is the entire run through of the entire sessions. Like as an archivist of my own stuff and like as a listener, like it would be cool to have that. But it's not really like a fun listen, you know? So yeah, so the reason like things like Full Bore are on Arse is because it just makes it even more taxing to listen to Harry, and I don't want that. Like, even though the point, like the things I wrote on the album, like that is the album, it's too much. And for that project, like, it would have been too big to include those, like, because I wouldn't even want to listen all the way through. It's just like, Full Bore is ridiculous. Like, I love the concept. That's like the best like overbearing song I've ever made. Like it's stupid. It's so stupid. So stupid. Like that one song. Ooh, if I don't like to compare stuff because I'm trying to not do that because I tend to do that really well. It's like, oh, compare this, compare that. It's like, oh, I don't like that. Well, maybe I don't know, whatever. Like if I hypothetically were to compare Full Bore to the ridiculousness of recreational outrage, like Full Bore is probably, I don't know the quantity of how much more ridiculous it is, but like Full Bore versus recreational outrage, like Full Bore is more stupid. Like it's so stupid. And like it's kind of like if you were to throw like an anvil in the ocean. It's like, what am I talking about, bro? It's like, dude, you are not gonna float if you have an anvil. Like, you're done. Like, you're absolutely done. It's trashed. Like it's kind of like Harry would be like a black hole. It's like it would just destroy itself because it's so stupid. So like, I didn't want the weight of Harry to destroy itself if I were to include all that on there. But it's keen to the whole picture though, so that's why there's Arse. Like. And I don't even know if it's meant to be listened to, like, in tandem. Like, I don't even know if I would go, like, okay, listen all the way through Harry and then listen all the way through Arse. Like, I don't know. That's an interesting... It's more just to show, like, a complete picture and to be like, oh, I hear why that was not included. Or, like, each song is enjoyable for what it is. Like it doesn't each song is enjoyable for what it is, but it didn't add to the album experience, and that's why I didn't include it. That's a great way to put it. And then there's like the thing where it's like the bonus track or the demo thing. I'm not critiquing other people for their bonus tracks, or like I'm not analyzing theirs. Like bonus tracks for me, for my projects, it would be like, this would be on the album in the running order, but it doesn't have context for where it is. So that's why it's a bonus track. Like the flow of the album doesn't constitute this song being in the list, but it needs to be on the album. That's, for me in my work, that's what a bonus track would be versus a bonus disc or a demo disc or something like that. Like, oh, and then you have like the demos bonus thing I've been doing too. Like for Snake Oil, like the songs that are demos, that doesn't, I guess, okay, that's not a bad idea. I could go back and add the demo songs from the Harry sessions and add them as demo tracks to the Arse disc. That is not a bad idea. I hope they're not already pretty long. Like, let me see. I gotta check the length, though. Because I've been trying to make sure that things will fit on CD length for a release. And, like, even if it's a double album, it's like, well, it needs to be a full double album. Like, Harry, if it was combined with Arse, it would fit on a double album. but the songs don't constitute that, so that's why I didn't do it. Like, just because it would fit on a double album doesn't mean it should be. I think Steven Wilson's mentioned things like that, where it's like, well, not that. He said, like, just because something could doesn't mean it should. Like, that's the premise that I've heard from him. Yeah, so, okay, the running order, no, the length, okay, I'm trying to think about this again. What was I saying? So the length of Harry, of the proper CD, it doesn't show it on there, dang it. Bandcamp. Well, say it's an hour on both. Like, I could maybe, I hope it's not an hour and 20. Like, I want to fit, it would be great to put those demos on the Ars disc, and it would say, like, demo. After, like, it would be after, I can't remember what the song was called. I want to find the thing again. Ars. There's Ars. There we go. Chartreuse. Yeah. That's kind of meant to be like the color chartreuse, but then shart. Sorry, that's probably obnoxiously loud. Yeah, so after chartreuse on Ars, what is this sentence? It would just be like song name and then like in quotes, in parentheses, demo. So it would still signify that they are demos versus extra tracks that didn't fit the album. Because that's two different things to me. Kind of like null, undefined, void. Here we go with coding again. It's like, it's still absence of value, but it's, well, what kind of absence of value do you mean? Do you mean intentional, unintentional? Yeah. Want to make sure I'm still recording. Okay, good. I was worried. I was like, I'm going to flip out if it's not. Pause again. And record again. All right, cool. Yowza. That was loud. Sorry. Arse. Yeah, because, like, say if Harry was more like recreational outrage, I would absolutely include something like the song Greta Van Fleetwood Big Mac Truck and Movie Trailer showing at 5 o'clock on the dot Matrix 3. That song is awesome. It's stupid. Like, if that was on Recreational Outrage, that song would be a banger. And that would be great to, like, that would have been so cool to include on that. Because that song very much warrants a full release. But on Harry, it just doesn't make sense. And I'm at the point now where I don't like, at least I don't like the thought, I haven't tried it yet, but I don't like the thought of pulling songs from previous works to include on new albums. Like, to me, that feels backwards. Because the song was from a certain period in time with a reference and, like, all that. Like, just because it sonically sounds similar doesn't mean it should be with later things with the similar thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's new context involved. Like, if anything, Greta Van Fleetwood Big Mac. You can tell in the name of that song that that's very much inspired from a similar vein of interest to the insanity that's on Recreational Outrage. Like, it's literally the same thing as something like AOV or Duburb. Like, it's literally the same exact metric that I used to write the song. Where it's like, I'm using, like, the first thing I thought of was, like, Greta Van Fleet, then you have Fleetwood Big Mac. So, well, that's a mix, because, like, Fleetwood Mac, I even kind of think of, that's an interesting thing. Wait, Greta Van Fleet, Fleetwood Van, like the RV, Fleetwood Mac, and then Big Mac, Mac Truck, and then Truck and Movie Trailer. So it's like truck and trailer, but then you have movie trailer. So it's movie trailer showing at 5 o'clock on the dot. So it starts to kind of just get random, kind of like how it's, okay, we have this pattern, like let's just throw in another, because movie trailer showing at 5 o'clock, like movie trailer showing, and then you have at 5 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock on the dot, but then you have dot matrix, and then 3 is because matrix is 3. Like it's this whole, like, Greta Van Fleetwood Big Mac Truck and Movie Trailer showing at 5 o'clock on the dot matrix 3. You get it? So, okay, maybe I'll go into the lyrics for, this is really fun. Yeah, did I fully cover that? I could totally delve into the lyrics for the AOV, Duerb, how that makes sense. So for full bore, let me see. Full bore. Yeah, like that song is perfect for what it is. Like it was executed exactly what I wanted and better. Like it was blown out of the water. But like the extent that I blew that out of the water, that's a positive thing, right? Like, oh, I blew it out of the water. It's like so good. Full bore, like it was so good that it was too good. That kind of reminds me of Infinitrack as well. Like if that was on Elkasaurus, like, oh god, like Elkasaurus already sucks to listen to all the way through. Like it's horrible. But that's kind of the point of the album though, so it's okay for that. But like even with that in mind, if Infinitrack was on Elkasaurus, like ugh. Like jokingly, kill me now. Like that that's horrible. So that's why it's on Existential, no, what's that song? Corruption Junction. There's the song Existential Crisis on there. Yeah. Okay, I'm curious about exploring the lyrics on the songs now. So for the Farts of Damnation, there's lyrics on there. Looking forth into your draconian empire, I'm not sure what you're thinking of. I'm not sure what you're thinking. Did I say about anymore? Not sure what you're thinking about anymore. I think I might have added about there. The lyrics on Bandcamp are exactly what I wrote down in my notebook when I was just thinking of bullshit, if you're going to be saying, yeah. It's just crap. Like, I mean that in an endearing way again. When thinking of that stuff, I just wrote, and, like, that was the point of it. And, like, when I said it on the album, I was just reading it, and, like, if I got it wrong, it's like, well, that's it. So, the reason that the lyrics don't necessarily match, the written lyrics don't necessarily match the audio, that's, I don't know if you'd say intended, it's more just, like, that's the point as well. It's, like, the finalized product is what it is. So, if I said it wrong, like, so be it. So, there's technically, like, the real lyrics that I said in the song, and then there's, like, the written lyrics that I came up with. That's what's on the Bandcamp. So, I don't think there's much. Looking forth into your draconian empire, I'm not sure what you're thinking about anymore. I'm not sure what you're thinking about anymore. That's just random. I think, I'm not sure what you're thinking anymore. That's kind of a reference to just me in a weird way. Like, there's a lot of honesty in these lyrics as well, but it's, like, obscured by this weird guise of humor and laughability to it, which is this is really cool, and I really like this. This is what made the lyrics really fun for me, because I don't yet know how else to genuinely state my feelings without getting worried about what I'm stating. So I have to just say it through this weird guise, and then I don't worry about what I'm saying, because it's like you're just saying it. Like, you're not trying to be, I'm going to be truthful about this in this song, so I'm going to write these lyrics that are my honesty. It's like, that just makes me uncomfortable, so then I don't do it. So I think maybe that's why these lyrics were cool for me, is that it still allows me to be honest, but I'm not in my own head about it, which is very cool. So I do want to keep trying these lyrics, but it needs to come from a place of like, again, of being interested. Like if I just come up with these random lyrics, like that's not the thing. It's like, it's more that that's the vessel to allow me to speak my feelings without being in my head about it. And yeah, I'm not sure what you're thinking anymore. So I don't know if that's just a reflection of like third person at me. Pleased we are not, pleased we shall. I not know me, and thus the pig's Latin thus sets afire. I not know me, or pleased we are not. That's truth. Pleased we shall. I think that's just like a play on funniness or whatever. Like, it's like, oh, here's honesty. Here's a way to counteract that to make it seem like it wasn't anything. I not know me. I not know me. That's a truth. Like, just kind of feeling lost in who you are. And thus the pig's Latin thus sets afire. That's kind of like a playful reference of like being aware of these lyrics, this like absurdity. So I don't know if that means it's like it's lighting a fire in me, or if it's just like it's lighting a fire to this feeling. If anything, that's kind of what it feels like to me. It's like this absurdity is lighting a fire under this like self-doubt, and it's like burning it away. Or if anything, like the self-doubt is burning away, and this is the vehicle that it's burning with. Presumptuous at best, we must continue forth. I can't remember what presumptuous means. Yeah, okay, that's true. So, even though I was just literally trying to choose random words, like, this is all true, and I don't know how that works, but it's so freaking cool. Like, almost like unrelenting to what other people think at the smallest way of saying that, we must continue forth. So it's like, I have to do this project regardless of what people think. It might not even be about the project, just kind of like, yeah, I have to continue being me regardless of what people think. Yep, that's I think what that meant. Past the hills of amnesty and beyond the curfew walls. What's amnesty again? That might just be like random gibberish. Past the hills of amnesty. Like it sounds like past the hills of amnesty. Like it just sounds very like official or like whatever that is. And beyond the curfew walls. Like that's kind of meant to represent like moving out of what people perceive of you, and or moving out of like the scenario that you're in, like stepping out of what you accept as being what you live through. It's kind of both of those. Drinking and slurring, swerving all about. To me, that's like an observation of other people. Like that's my observation of other people openly. Like just without like being just like seeing people like, oh, like why are they drinking, or like why are they not open about feelings, or like just whatever, like a very blatant like, again, like ill-reflective observation of like me, how I see people. It's like, oh, I see them doing this, like I don't understand why they do that. Or you just see like people like twisting all around, and I don't know how you say that, like I had started feeling, yeah, around the time of the writing of this one, I had started feeling like I could see people like, oh, they just seem unhappy in what they do. And it's like, they don't seem like they speak their mind, or like they feel, I don't know if this is, it could be self-reflection too. Like, you know, it's like projecting or something. But even then, like people will come in, it's like, And I'm like, hi, how are you? Like, I'm honestly, like, just curious. Like, I want to learn more about people, like, with the small times that I get to be around them. And me being open and doing so, they don't seem receptive to that. And that's interesting to me. I don't know if it's because I'm, like, deep down, I'm genuinely interested in that. And I don't know if it's just because I'm not conveying it nicely, or, like, they don't expect that from someone in the scenario. It's like, well, you're just like at work. Like, why would you care about my day? Like, in my mind, that's my assumption of, like, maybe why they don't expect that from me is, like, maybe they're just like, well, like, kind of like how I am. Like, oh, why would someone be interested in me? Like, I'm like that myself, so I imagine other people are like that too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know whether that's true. That's the other point to this. Like, that I'm stating my observations here, just outright. Like, whether they're accurate or truthful or what I observe, that's what this has been about too, is like, let alone being like afraid of stating your feelings, like also just being perceptive to them. Like, I haven't been perceptive to my own opinions or thoughts. Like, they're kind of just there. Like, I have to explain them scientifically. And like, what the heck? And I was trying to unlock my phone with passcode. It didn't work. It's because I was typing it wrong, probably. Like, being perceptive to... I lost my train of thought. No. Being perceptive to... Yeah, being able to understand your thoughts, where they come from, like, your feelings, and then also being, like, unreserved and being able to express them as they are. That's also part of what this album has been, is like, regardless of whether they are accurate or whether you agree with them, because there's some things that's like, you have your own notions, but then if you look on it, you're like, oh, that's ridiculous. Like, why do I think that? Like, this album is literally meant to be, I have these feelings and I am stating them what they are, but not worrying about whether they're accurate or whether they're productive, or like, you're just letting them be what they are and making that known to the world. Or maybe the world is just yourself too, to some extent, like, because internally I don't do that. So in being able to use these lyrics to do that, it kind of helps me see all this. And I think Devin's mentioned that too, is like, he uses the work to figure out where he's at. So if I don't have the work, like how I mentioned before, like, oh, I'm trying to write these songs, but nothing's coming out, or like, I just don't connect with them. It's like, maybe that's why I feel lost, is because, like, I thought that I found myself by the vehicle that I'm using for the music. But if the music isn't doing that, then I just feel lost. So that's a great way to look at it too. I'm glad I just realized that. Because, and maybe you don't always understand where you're at, and that's okay as well. So when you think you found a way to communicate to yourself and then it's not working, like, that's terrifying. So I think maybe that's why, oh yeah, that feels really great. That feels really great. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go for a run today. Like, I already feel like I cleared up a bunch of stuff doing this. I'm not done, but I feel relief all of a sudden, like, realizing this stuff. It's like noon too, and I feel like all of a sudden it doesn't feel like morning anymore. It feels like afternoon. That's really weird. I don't know what changed. Like, it's where the light is in the sky. Like, yeah. So, okay, I use lyrics and all these silly stuff to figure out how I feel. But when I don't have that creative drive, then I don't know where I am, and that's scary. And then I get down, and then I, like, oh man, like, this. Drinking and slurring, swerving all about. Not what we know is what we know. because fart breath wins the race. So, not what we know is what we know. That's about... Not what we know is what we know. I think that's kind of like how Devin has mentioned, like, infinity. Like how he tries to figure everything out. Part of this album is, again, trying to allow things to be what they are and not worry about the depth of it. Like the infinity, if you were. So, it's kind of like a statement of, like, what I had been reassuring myself, like, just remember that you don't know. And that's true. Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't know everything. Like, you can't find the answer for everything. And, like, I don't mean that in, like, that it's obscured or, like, oh, just look for it harder or, like, whatever. Like, it's just, even if you try really hard, like, you'll find some answers. But, like, you can't know everything. Because knowing one thing will, I don't know, like, again, I don't know. Like, I was going to say, like, oh, if you know one thing, then you don't know something else. It's like, my brain is trying to come up with an answer for why I don't know everything. I was watching a video on that, where it's like, you make up answers for yourself because you're trying to explain things that you don't understand. So you just come up with answers for it. And that can be true. And I definitely have done that. Like, I was just doing that right now. Like, that answer didn't make any sense, so I'm going to disregard that. Like, I don't know sometimes, and that's the truth. Okay. Yeah, so that's what that statement was about. Because fart breath wins the race. That was meant to kind of embrace that statement where it's like, well, what we know is what we... Not what we know is what we know. Because fart breath wins the race. That second part, that's meant to point out, like, hey, I have no idea what this says. So, here's an example. Like, see what I mean? Like, that part literally has no meaning. Like, I have no idea what... Because fart breath wins the race. I don't know. I just thought of, like, that. And it's not like I was intentionally trying to, like, structure this in this way. I was just writing, and, like, these internal feelings that I'm saying right now, that's what was in my head when I was writing this. Like, but not intentionally. Like, it's just what came to mind, because that's what was on my mind at the time. So, I mentioned this in the bio for this project, where it's like, it's almost like if you have a program running on your computer and you have, like, its memory in RAM. If you were to observe that memory at the moment, it's like, oh, with how the program state is, the RAM makes sense. Like, there's data here for this scenario. It's like, okay, I understand that. Make sure this is recording, because this is important. Yep, you're good. Okay. So, like, if you observe the RAM, it makes sense because of where the program's at. Like, whatever. Whatever. But if you were to save that state later on, and you didn't have the context of all the other stuff, like, it would just be unreadable. Like, and I know memory is not really necessarily like that. Like, if you somehow were to run the program, like, whatever, the technical point, like, it might not be true, but the point's like, what makes sense in that moment makes sense because of the context that moment is in. So, removing that context of that moment, the moment won't make sense anymore. That's what this album is also about. Like, these weird songs is like, these random things are fully derived from the moments that they were conceived in, and that's what they represent. So that's why they don't make sense, is because in the moment, it's fully just derived from whatever you were thinking of. So, like, whatever you were learning about that week, or whatever you were worried about, or whatever you were overwhelmed with, or whatever you were trying to learn. I think I already said that. Or whatever you were trying to learn, or whatever you were trying to learn, or whatever you were trying to learn. that's whatever came to your mind, and then like that's what you constructed those things from. So that's why it made sense to you in the moment, because that's what you constructed it from. Like, yeah. Alphabetical conjugations, you might ask. That's a random sentence as well, and it's kind of just meant to sound British for some reason. And then, not until the plural deviations come about. Deviations, especially in the British accent, that was a random, because I was thinking it in British terms for some reason. Matt Pocock on TypeScript, like these videos he has about TypeScript, deviations he's mentioned before. That guy's going way too fast. Deviations is one of the words he's used, I'm almost certain, in one of the videos he's done. And like for some reason I just associate that word with like him and TypeScript and like Britishness. So I think that's why it came to mind, is just because, I don't know, like that association that I have with that experience. Like, and that's what I'm trying to communicate as well. It's like these preconceived notions you have of things you associate, like those are natural to you because of what you experienced. And that experience is what I'm communicating. Like that unique perspective of what you've gone through and what things you connect with what. That's why it sounds the way it does, is because of everything that you've experienced, what you've derived from that, what you assume about those experiences, what you misinterpret about those experiences, and what you try to explain from those experiences, I guess. Like, at least to my own current right now experience, like this is all what these lyrics were derived from. But again, I could be remembering wrong, like with the context of what I'm listening to right now, like having listened to that Devin podcast, or having slept good last night, or like had a dream that I don't even remember having a dream, but it's like maybe I had a dream and it's like it's making me think today in a certain way, or like it's still with the perspective of looking back on it. So I mean, it could be accurate to what I was thinking at the time, but I could just be like hallucinating it too. Why is this guy trying to drive around? What a jerk. What are you doing? An idiot. There's on the other side of the road, there's like a car, and he's trying to like pass on the shoulder, but it's like, you're so lame. Like, what are you doing? So I think that's why this album is so cool. Is like, I don't know how else you communicate that other than like being in the moment like that. Like, how do you communicate your experience and your things? Like to me, that seems like a very accurate and like raw depiction of those things. Like your own assumptions, like all of this that I've explained from those lyrics. Like what I'm doing right now, this would not make a good song. And I don't know how to articulate this in lyrics being like fully literal, like, and that being interesting. Like this is interesting in like a logical, scientific way. At least I don't know how else you'd explain it. Like this podcast, like it's interesting, but it's not music. So like in order to explain these things and archive them like compactly, that's a great way. It's almost like I write music. Ooh, I'm getting cozy now again. It's almost like I write music in like a compact way, because if I were to explain things in their full extent, it would be way too big to explain with nuance, because the only way to explain it with nuance for me is to do it like absurdly and then reflect upon it later and explain all of the like the compressed version. Because like that song is only like, how long is The Farts of Damnation? It's 1 minute and 27 seconds. Excuse me. I didn't mean to. Alright. Oh, that kind of stinks a little bit. I didn't have anything to eat yet, so it's just empty. It's empty stomach burp. Ew. Yowza. Alright. Yeah, I'm sitting back. I'm getting cozy again. This is really fun. I really like talking into this mic. It's like, how hot is it out right now? It's 91 degrees, and I'm in the back of my truck with the windows down, and I'm having a great time. This is flipping awesome. I love it. I can't ask for more. I really needed to talk because I've been feeling down the last few days, as I had mentioned. And, yeah. Okay. I'm reading the lyrics. Alphabetical conjugations, you might ask. Not until the plural deviations come about. Splinter of truth. Seeping into the willows of death, we spite those who caved at best. Troubling nights led us astray, before unto inexplicable sanctities. Haha, titties. I'm just referencing the lyrics again, because I remember how exactly I said it. That's so weird, too. Like, how do I remember exactly how I said it, even though I've only said them one time? I mean, like, I've mixed it, and I've, like, mastered it, and, like, listened to the album, but, like, how it's so crazy that your brain can absorb that fast. Like, I put no effort into that, and I totally remember it. Like, Alcosaurus is like that, too. It's crazy. It's so cool. Yeah, like, when I wrote these lyrics, like, I kind of had more... I didn't articulate them exactly as I heard them. Like, not until the plural deviations come about. The splinter of truth part, it was kind of like a splinter of truth! Or splinter of truth! I don't like fully scream. Like, I'm too self-conscious, or like... But it would be like a full splinter of truth! Like, yeah. Because, like, I have the windows down. Like, someone's gonna walk by and be like, what the heck? Like, this guy's dying in here. But, so I want to get over that, too, because I want to fully, like, go full bore into articulating the lyrics in that way. But, yeah, Splinter of Truth, it was meant to be, like, a surround thing, where it was, like, on both sides. This is mono, right? Yeah, dang it. I already knew it was mono, but I was like, it'd be cool if I could do stereo. Just gotta record twice. So Splinter of Truth would be like a big surround thing where it's like, Splinter of Truth! And it would be like on both sides of your head. More like, sinister or like menacing. Not really scary, just kind of like intense. And it didn't really come across that way, but I kind of just went with it because it's like, don't overthink it. So, seeping into the willows of death, we spite those who caved at best. Looking into the deep sides of yourself, the first thing that comes to my mind, I don't think this is what I was thinking when writing it, but the first description I have, again, I'm probably like hallucinating, and just like GPT hallucinating, like the first reason that comes to my head about what this means is like going into the depths of oneself. We look down on those who couldn't stay afloat while doing so. Like, say if it was like, oh, they delved deep into themselves, like, and then they started doing drugs, or they started like hurting themselves, or is that what I was thinking? That I don't think that's what I mean though. That's the first like hallucinating thought. Like, of trying to come up with an answer for what that means. That's what comes to mind. I don't think that's what it was though. Seeping into the willows of death. That's, yeah. Like going into the depths of your personality or intent. Maybe it's a self-reflection. Like, we look down on oneself if we were to cave to those dark feelings. But that's more of like a looking at like... I thought it's looking at other people. It was almost like a third person thing. So maybe it isn't myself, but from third person. I could see that. That's again a hallucinating answer. It doesn't feel right. Like, it doesn't feel like that's the answer though. I don't know that one. I'm gonna move on. Troubling nights led us astray. If you struggle, like, nights or days that you have struggled, they led you astray. Like, say if it was like being sad, like it wrecked your night, and it's like you don't know where you are. Before unto inexplicable sanctities. That was, I think, just a gibberish one, but inexplicable kind of. That's kind of like you're on the nights that you were down, you can't explain it. Like you know you're down though, or at least like you experience that you are down. Like, that's so stupid. It's not okay. He's in a Jeep with no doors. That's a cool thing, but his leg was like hanging out of the Jeep. Like, don't do that. Like, I know it's just on the road, but like, no, don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, okay, moving on to the next thing. Altogether. Haha, lol, titties. That was like a, you know how like I observed like earlier when, say if I like repeated myself and then I just kind of like realized like, oh, I just repeated myself, and then I like make fun of myself. It's like that when you snap into awareness of like observing yourself. That's what that part is. Like the haha titties, like unexplicable sanctities. Like my brain just heard titties and then it was like haha titties. Like what? Like whatever that random spurt of energy was of realizing that you heard that out of that word. That's what that is. So it's like if I look at the no parking sign, which I think it's times, yeah, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Can't park out here at night. Looking at that, I see king in the word. So like, that doesn't really explain it though. Like, even then, like if I were to extrapolate something out of that, it's like no parking. Like you could kind of have a cool sign where it's like no parking, and it says king in like bolder letters, and then it has like a crown above it because it's like king. That's just random making stuff up because of the association. That's not really okay. Back to the thing. That's one of my methods that I use for making these names and jokes and things. I wonder if there's a name for that. Whatever that method is, that's the thing that I use to find creativity or like humor or derive new meanings from things that I learn. Yeah. Unexplicable sanctities. Like I thought it was funny. It's like, I just heard titties in there, and it's like, oh, I should say that. Haha, titties. So then I leaned into that reflection. Yeah. We must fight, we must strive, and aside the farts of damnation. No more bullshit. We must fight, we must strive. That's like it's like a pep talk. Like, oh, we got this. Like, come on. We must keep going with this. Like, we must go forth. There's one that says, is it AOV or is it Duberb? One of them is like, we must continue forth. Or is it this song? No. It is this song. We must continue forth. So, presumptuous at best, we must continue forth is a similar thing to we must fight, we must strive. So, feeling unsure about where you're at and not sure what to do. It's like, well, I believe in you. And again, this is like this weird dynamic of like third person. Like, I just noticed right now that I don't say I. It's always you or we. It's never I. Like, that was an observation I just keyed on right now. That's an interesting one, too. Okay, that's a interesting thing. I'll look into that. That's a more research thing that I probably will look up later. There's not much I. That also adds up to things that I've been looking at lately. Yeah, I don't have a sense of I. Alright, noted for later. Your own self-sense of I. I'm going to look into that because it's very intriguing. No more bullshit. That's the part of... I'm worried. I had that thought of whether I'm recording again. I'm going to pause and record. Okay. I want Rockin' Jenny's all of a sudden. No more bullshit. Like, no more caving into those, like, degrading thoughts. Or like, unpep talk. So no more of that bullshit. So, like, we must fight, we must strive, and aside the farts of damnation. So it's kind of cluing in to that, like... It's cluing into that whole concept of not worrying what people think. Don't worry what you think about yourself. Again, you. Why am I not saying I? Yeah, okay. Do some ASMR. Yeah, this is literally, I just paused. Like, I didn't pause or stop. I just ASMR. Yeah, I'm gonna make some ASMR. Like, I'm really excited. That sounds really cool. Like, dude, I could totally do ASMR. Because, like, it sounds so good. I can use, I've been wanting to do this. I'm like, dude, people, with ASMR, like, I very much value like, it's not a huge production, and, like, it's just honest to what they want to sound like, and I'm not critiquing that it sounds the way it does. Like, I very much value that it's, like, an honest thing that they're doing. Like, in saying, and what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not a very professional sound. Like, sometimes it's like there's AC on the background, or, like, noise proofing is not good. It's like maybe the EQ is a bit off. It's, like, kind of hurts your ear, or, like, whatever. Like, but that's valuable to me. Like, when I listen to other people's ASMR, like, I think that's a cool aesthetic. Like, it's a personable thing. I'm not saying that's bad that it's like that. I'm not saying they should change, because I think it's really cool. What I'm intrigued by is my flavor of what I could do for ASMR is I'm really curious if you were to do sound work. I've seen one other ASMR artist do this. And, I can't remember what her name is, but it's Skeptical Pickle, I think. Like, she has, like, reverb and, like, lights and stuff. But, like, I'm more... Like, it's the sound part that I'm curious about. Like, if I were to use Logic, the program, to, like, not perfect, not critique, use Logic as a tool to do that kind of ASMR, like, audio work-based ASMR, like, where it's... Not, I don't mean, like, make ASMR with, like, music making. I mean, like, it's still regular ASMR, like, just, it's normal stuff, like, yeah, so it's still things like that, but I would want to use audio work to make it, like, very particular sound. That sounds very cool to me, and I really want to try that. So when I do ASMR, I'm really gonna have that in mind. Like, have it, like, the de-esser, I guess it would be inside, so there's kind of noise proofing, but, like, it would still have, like, room reverb if there's any. Like, it wouldn't be, like, perfect, like, intentionally. Like, I wouldn't want, like, some clinical ASMR. Like, it's not personable. So, at least to me, like I'd maybe do like some reverb, or like what if you did like chorus or something, or like did like if you did stereo based ASMR versus just mono. Or I know people do that, like they have two mics and they go back and forth, but I mean, like, what if you were to do like audio effects on there, like if you had like panning, like if you had your voice in the middle and then you had like another noise that was like panning around you, like it's more like a surround sound based ASMR. And it wouldn't be surround because it's stereo again, like, but the point is, like, if you were to do it using those kind of music-based techniques, like if you're using music production-based concepts with ASMR, that's a great way to put it. Okay, good job. You articulated it well. No more bullshit. You must give me your hand if you're willing to smell the depths of the Lord's bowels. That one kind of has a reference to Yellow Hedgerow Dreamscape, the live version. Like, in my mind, that kind of sounded... I don't know if it was like I thought of that and then I wrote lyrics that sounded like that, or if I wrote those lyrics and then... I'm pretty sure I thought of that. I don't know to be certain. Not that I can't remember. It's like I don't know how that came about. I know that it referenced that, though. Like, you must give me your hand. I'll play it right now. I think it's on here. Porcupine Tree, Yellow Hedgerow Dreamscape. I love this album, by the way. I'm just playing snippets of it, but I don't remember where it's at. Sorry. I downloaded I know, bad, but the album you can't get anywhere, so sue me. Like, Steven, I love you, but please, release that album. Like, it's only on vinyl, and you can't get so I have the rip from YouTube, because that's what I can get, so... It's all one song, because I could split it up, but whatever. So I can't find, like, where it is in the track, because it's all one, like, an hour and a half long album in one track.
Relax. Open your hearts to the universe. Let the light shine into your hearts. Be at one with the universe. Open your mind. Come with me. Everybody join hands. Go on, everybody link up. Imagine yourselves in one large circle.
I feel like you already said it, but I can't remember. Let's see. What's the lyric again? Sorry. You must give me your hand.
This music is for you.
Let me see. So. Where is it? What the heck?
To everyone. Keep the energy flowing. Keep it flowing.
But yeah, so in that song, there's a "Give me your hand." At least, like I thought. I'll have to find it. Maybe you'll find it at some point too. But it's on that version. It's like the live playthrough. It's not on the Sunday of Life. It's which one has Yellow Hedge Road Dreamscape? The heck, hello, Yellow Hedge Road. It's on Up the Downstair. Okay. Oh, but it's on Staircase Infinities, and I combine them into one album because that's just, I don't know. I feel like that makes more sense. Like, I show it on my library as Disc 1, Disc 2. But yeah, so it's not the one on Staircase Infinities. It's the one from the Yellow Hedge Road Dreamscape vinyl that's no longer in production. Like the YouTube. I found it on YouTube, so that's the one that I listen to that has that reference to "You must give me your hand." And then, "If you're willing to smell the depths of the Lord's bowels." It's kind of a reference to the thing where it's seeping into the willows of death. The depth of the Lord's bowels. It's the same thing, but with different, like, silly nuance. Well, let me see. So, seeping into the willows of death, that's more about, like, feeling sad. And then, willing to smell the depths of the Lord's bowels, that's, I think I was wrong what I said just now. It was willows of death, that's, like, about the sadness or just, like, emptiness. And then the depths of the Lord's bowels, that's, like, the hard work of trying to get through that. It's like, if you're willing to, you must give me your hand if you're willing to do the work to get through this. Like, to get through these hard things, to progress or what have you, that kind of thing. Like, the hard work after the hard experience. That's what those two have coincide. And then zeitgeist, that was just a random word I thought of. Look up. Again, like, on the top of my head, like, I don't know what that word means. And I thought of it. And it says, the defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history as shown by the ideas and beliefs of the time. Like, I can't write this, like, it's so weird. I don't know. I've never used that word before, and I've heard it used, but, like, as, like, an album name. Like, I know it's, like, Tangerine Dream Zeitgeist. Like, I don't know if I've ever, like, intentionally heard or used that word before and know what it means. But then I randomly said it, and it's exactly what this is. The defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history as shown by the ideas and beliefs of the time. Like, this stuff writes itself. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how that works. And, like, it really is, like, it's beautifully fulfilling. Like, I can't explain it. And, like, that's the beautiful can't explain. Because it's, like, it's not even that I don't know. It's, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that came about. Like, that's perfect. I couldn't have intentionally written that any better. Like, it's so cool. And then I also put it in brackets, cut off at the end right after the word is complete. I think in a way that's kind of meant to represent, it's like, as soon as, it's kind of like a funny thing, like, it's like the reference to, like, meme stuff too, in a way. It's like taking the humor of the thing, and then it's like, you know, it's like when a song ends, or like a meme ends, and it's like, oh, it's what are those, like, laugh cut things? It was like, ah, and then it's like, oh no, like the scream. I don't watch those videos anymore. I can't remember. It's like it's like jump scare, but it's cut off, and it's like, ah, and then it's like it goes to the next video. Like, it's kind of meant to, like, reference that. But then it also kind of represents, like, as soon as you know, and, like, maybe this is me just making it up for it right now, like, but it also kind of represents, like, as soon as you know the truth to things, like, not soon after, you're about to lose it again. Like, as soon as you have things figured out, like, in your own perception, like, as soon as you have things figured out, that's exactly when you've lost touch with it. So it's like, oh, it's all figured out. And then it's like, then all of a sudden you realize, like, oh, I don't have it figured out. And then, like, the fallacy, is that the word? Like, the dream of having it figured out, like, it's gone again. But maybe at a moment you did have it figured out. Like, this is me analyzing it right now. Like, this album, like, I figured out again what made music click for me, and then I went with it. And then, like, throughout the album, like, I started to lose touch again with that. And then that's what ended the album. So maybe it just comes, like, in waves. Like, you know what it is that you're connecting with, and then at other times, like, you lose touch of it, or you forget, or you're too preoccupied to see it, or, like, you don't understand it anymore because, like, the context is different, or what have you. Either way, it's like it's figured out, and then again after that it's not. It's like, even though you had it figured out, you lost it. Like, and whether or not that's, like, natural or, like, misunderstanding or assumptions, or, like, I don't know, it could apply to different things, but, like, the point is that you felt like it's like, oh, we're finally here. And then right when you realize that, then the facade is over. That's a great way to put it too. Like, as soon as you think you have it figured out, big stretch. Ugh. It's kind of like what I meant earlier, like, when you're, like, in flow, like how I was doing earlier. Excuse me, dang, I need to eat, because the burps smell like I'm hungry. Yeah, gross, sorry. Gross. Like, as soon as I'm, like, in flow, and if I realize I'm in flow, it, like, really detracts me from being in flow. It's that same thing with, like, having things figured out. As soon as you realize that you have things figured out, it's over. Like, that, at least that's how I seem to operate. Like, once I'm aware that I'm doing good, then that's, like, that's on my mind. And it's not that I'm, like, actively, like, feeling good anymore. It's that I notice that I'm actively feeling good, and then, like, I lose it. Like, I not, like, freak out or, like, get mad. Like, I mean, like, I lost that ability to be disconnected from that worry. And that's also kind of this album too, is, like, if you're unaware of that, then you let it be what it is. I don't know. Yeah. That's the first song. See? Like, how's this been, like, a half hour that I've been talking about this? Howling Blast Beats is kind of like, that was just, like, a fun idea, and just, like, rambling, like, funny. I need to write out the lyrics for that, because that would be really funny too. Same for The Juggernaut Returns. I really want to get the lyrics written out for that. Howling Blast Beats was all improvised. Just trusting the instincts, like, fully for the whole thing. Not worrying how it sounds. Like, the joke of it is, like, hilarious because it's so stupid. But it's not overbearing, at least to me, because it's not too long, and, like, it works in the context of the album, and it's, like, I don't know. It's not, like, full bore where it's, like, taxing. Like, it's literally, like, it hurts you to listen to. Because it, like, mentally is not nice. like it's mentally unhealthy for full bore. But for that one, it's just kind of like it's playing fun at that. Shizmaster 5000 is like just not taking yourself too seriously. And then it's kind of like randomness, like jokes, and it's like it's funny because it's stupid, and again, just like flowing with it. Yeah, okay. I'm very happy with this session. This was awesome. This was freaking awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I could keep talking about those albums, but I'm starting to. I mean, about the I guess about the albums, but those songs. Because I want to go over AOV, Duburb. Yeah, just the other ones too. But I think I covered the big parts that I feel I need to cover right now. Like I felt the things that I naturally felt I needed to cover today, I very much feel like I did. This was a very successful one because I'm very happy with this session. I can't believe it's like 2.5 hours though. Dang, crazy. Or was it 3? No, wait, it's 3 hours, right? I think it was 2 hours, but yeah. I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm going to go for a run when it cools down. There's a person getting lifted off the mountain over there. When I first got here, you might have even heard it in the video, the helicopter. It's Labor Day today. So, the quote-unquote non-hiking people are all out and about and probably not doing the smartest of decisions. Just in flip-flops or with water. Like, I remember we were at the Grand Canyon, and I don't remember if it was just we were walking at the top or if we were actually going down in the canyon, or like, it might have been when we were coming up. I don't remember exactly what period it was, because we did hike the Grand Canyon, my dad and I. Super cool. Absolutely want to do it again. Oh, I kind of want to run it too, but I wonder if that's a harebrained idea. But that's kind of why I want to do it too. Even if it took like a day. Like, go down, stay the night, and come back up. Like, it would be cool to run it though. But, yeah, like, someone was coming down with like a little like twist top water bottle and like flip flops, and we were like, bruh, like, no. Do you know what you're doing? Like, no. No. Don't. No. So, yeah, today is one of those days where you get interesting people hiking, and they need to get helicoptered back down the mountain because they do what they do. So, yeah. I love you, man. I love you. You're doing great. It's a nice day out. You're doing progress. You're trusting yourself, and you're making progress. Small progress. Small progress is still progress. That's is it Borderlands? It's still progress. No, it's Sprite. Listen to Empath. I love Empath. I didn't get to talk about deconstruction. Okay, I'm not done. Oh my god, dude. After having like this pit come back, like in the last few days that I mentioned, I'm so glad that I remember this. I want to talk about this. Deconstruction made sense. And I'm glad that I talked about all I did just now, because taking the concept of all what I've just talked about in the past hour. I don't know if it was like listening to deconstruction, or for some reason it like clicked. Like to me, what he did deconstruction for feels very similar to why I did recreational outrage. Like, the albums are very different. The scale of the albums are absolutely different. Like, I'm not comparing, like, I'm just saying, like, they come from a similar place of person. And not like the kind of person, but I mean, like, in your person, I feel like it's coming from a similar place. And I really related to that, his experience, that album, out of nowhere. I was kind of just like, wait. Like, I think I had an aha moment or something, like, because I found I've known Devin, his music, for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. Yeah, it is 2 years now. Dang. All right. But like, having found that album before, like, I just didn't get it. Like, I was like, I love his music. I love how heavy it is, but I don't get it. And it wasn't that I like didn't like it, I just didn't understand. And then all of a sudden, like, I think I had started on Bandcamp like a year ago, and I was like, oh, like I really want to check out this album. Like I like the premise of it, but I don't get it. And I was like trying to get it. I was like, oh, I like Jeweler. Jeweler's a cool song. And then like the other ones, it was just like, it was so overbearing. And I was like, this doesn't feel like very musical. Like this feels like repetitive and like, and I'm not trying to like critique to say it was bad. I was like, wait, like if Devin has like this high caliber of thing, like why does it sound like similar things he's released before? Or like, why is it not as dynamic? And like last week I started to realize that I hadn't yet understood, well, I'm working on it. I haven't had the best understanding of mixes that aren't dynamic. I think because just like Snarky Puppy, The Only Constant. We listened to that at home on the stereo the other day, and I love the mix of that. The entire album, like, you can't make perfect, but you can have perfect as a result. Let's put it that way. Like, to me, like, I don't ask anything else of that album. Nothing else. It's exactly, like, I didn't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that album. And it's not one that I even, like, listen to too much. It's just, like, every time that it comes up and it's there for me, it's awesome, awesome, awesome. Same with the Blue Snarky Puppy album, too. Like, it's beautiful. Like, so, I don't know if that was the influence specifically, but, like, I love dynamic music, and I think I connect a lot with it because of that, like, kind of, whatever I connect with it with, like, whatever that is. So I inherently seem to understand dynamic music. And I think maybe that's why I don't understand or, quote-unquote, like music that's, like, more popular, is because it's just how the mix is. Like, and again, like, dislike, what does that mean? Like, to me, now I'm seeing it's like, well, I just don't understand it. Like, I just am not familiar with it. In return, I don't like it, per se. I was like that in the past with chocolate. It's like, I realized that the other day. I didn't like Star Wars for a long time, but that was because I didn't watch or listen to Star Wars. I'm talking like kindergarten, first grade. Like, everyone else was like, Star Wars, this is this. And I was like, I'm not Star Wars. Like, and then in return, like, it became like an enemy thing. It's like, well, because they like Star Wars and I haven't, therefore I must dislike it, right? And like, that motive of thing has been like part of my personality for a long time. Like, I didn't like chocolate for a long time, too. I think it was just because, like, I liked vanilla, and other people like chocolate. Therefore, I don't like chocolate. And, like, I don't know where that comes from. It's so weird. Because it's not true. It's not like I tried it and was like, oh, maybe I did. I don't even remember because I was so young. But, like, it wasn't, like, a tangible thing, like, I still have some of those things, but I'm trying to reframe it so I can, like, get out of it. It's like some things where it's like, quote, like, again, quote, like, I don't like fish. It's like, well, that's just because, like, when you smell it, you think you don't like it. It's like, it's just because I haven't, like, I like fries and burgers, and so why don't I like fish? Like, there was, like, fish sticks. We went to a place, and it was, like, I tried a bite, and I was like, oh, because, like, intentionally, I was like, it's not that I don't like it, it's just that I'm unfamiliar, and I'm saying I don't like it. So, with that in mind, I tried it, and I was like, okay, with the best of my ability, like, with no preconceived notions, like, do I enjoy this, whatever this is? Like, it's like, oh, fish, it's like, oh, don't like fish. It's like, no, but this thing that you're tangibly experiencing, do you enjoy this? And it was a yes. So, it's not even like the thing. Isn't that so weird? Like, and it's always kind of been like, oh, like, do you want to try this thing? And, like, I've always, like, said no. I don't know if it's just because, like, it's always like, oh, do you want to try this? Do you want to try this? Do you want to try this? And, like, I don't know if it's like I'm saying no to that. Because, I mean, I understand that. Like, why I would say that in that way. Like, I don't want to keep being asked, do I want to try something? Like, that's true. Like, that gets too much. Like, I would want to try it on my own terms because I'm curious. I don't want to try it because it's like I'm supposed to try it. Yeah. So maybe that's what I didn't like about it. Therefore, I just kept bringing on the I don't like it mentality because of that initial thing. And I'm very proud of myself, like, the last few years that I've gotten around that, because seeing that for what it is and then, like, not ignoring it, but, like, just not utilizing that thing of being like, well, saying no just for the sake of it. Like, if I have no reason to say no, then just try it. Sounds weird. It's just my handle, though. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, we're talking about deconstruction. Yeah, so then I started listening to it, and, like, the song Deconstruction, I already really kind of liked it. Like, it was, like, really cool because of, like, musically, and, like, musically it was really cool. And it was just, like, entertaining and, like, funny and, like, all that stuff. Like, tangibly, it was like, okay, this is a cool song. And, like, now I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, where it's coming from, like, what it's meant to convey, like, and that made the album, like, oh, I get it. Like, and I was like, wow, that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. And then, like, I literally was like, I'm buying this album. Like, it's so cool. Like, all of a sudden it clicked because of what I had learned about myself. And let me see. And I think my current understanding is that, like, the reason that it sounds familiar, like, some of the riffs and things, is, like, because he's trying to really hone in, like, tearing down that mentality of, like, where that's coming from. So that's why he's just, like, hammering it, like, just boom, 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 like similar SYL riffs or similar whatever, is, like, because he's really trying to just, like, destroy it. But then again, you can see how that was really, like, not like too loud, but I mean, like, the motorcycle just went by and I don't think that was that loud, like, in the mic. That was awesome. I love this mic, dude. So why is this guy walking in the middle of the road? I don't know. What am I talking about? What are we talking about? Fart Martians! Deconstruction. So I think he's, like, really trying to hammer home, like, getting over, like, you can see how he's trying to, like, almost conceal. He is trying to push down, like he said, like, at the end, Poltergeist, like, he wants it to get out. But then again, as you hear later that he mentions, it's like, well, he's putting that side of himself down. Like, he's concealing it, where he's like, well, you never let me speak. So I very much value deconstruction for the observation of, and I think he's probably like this too, like, I think moving forward, he's gone back on concealing that side of him. He's, like, embraced it. But the part of deconstruction that I very much value is, like, seeing it for what it is and, like, pointing it out. So that's still funny enough, that's still constructive in that part of it. Like, even then, like, I value his experience in seeing, or, like, trying to conceal it. Like, that's something to learn, like, oh, he did that, and that was the thing he tried, and it didn't work, like, for him. So that's good to know as well. Like, I'm not saying, like, I very much value the part that I like, but I don't condone the part where he, like, put himself down. Like, no, like, the entire picture is the key as well. Like, so it's not that I am picking and choosing what I like. Like, the entire picture is worthy to me. Like, it's so great. It's so great. It makes me smile. Like, because it's just like, it's saying to, like, back to the other part where it's like, no more bullshit. And this is like, again, like I had written the album and made what I made. Like, this is me reconnecting after. Like, the no more bullshit part, like, this is him saying, like, fuck you, bullshit. Like, fuck you. And, like, that's so cool. And then, like, this part, like, yeah. Like, I love that. Like, it's just this ugly, like, it goes from, like, like, show yourself, and it's like, and he's just like, fuck, yeah, like, fuck the bullshit. And then, like, it kind of is just, like, falling over and just, like, crumbling. And then, like, from the ashes, it, like, rises into, like, the new possibilities. Like, that's so cool. That's what I get from it. I love that. And honestly, now that I remember, the reason I checked out deconstruction again is because I was looking into mixing techniques. I think, yeah, this was just after the album, and I was like, oh, like, I want to learn, why do certain people like flat mixes? And then, like, I just was curious, like, some people, like, really enjoy it, and I'm just like, I want to know. And I think I was just starting to feel like, it was like, oh, rather than hearing the dynamics in the room, it's like, oh, maybe the stereo field will get wider, or rather than the volume increasing, it's like maybe the certain frequencies will change. Like, instead of being treble heavy, it's like it goes bass heavy, or what have you, like things like that. Like, it's more production-based changes rather than volume and room changes. Well, volume and, like, playback changes. Because I'm used to, like, where it's like, I'm used to, like, live setting dynamics, like, even in recordings, like, if it's, like, a studio or whatever, like, I'm used to, like, the playback of the artist changing, and in more flat productions, it's the arrangement that changes, and I'm like, this is a total, like, I love that, that's a cool way to look at it. I've never even thought about it outright like that, like, where it's more procured in the full sonic, like, sound of it. It's not like it's the articulation of it that's changing. It's the how you decided you want it to sound, like, as an entire full thing. And I was like, okay, I understand that. And with having that in mind, like, now I love the mix. Or rather, like, now because I think I remember before, like, I didn't totally get the mix on deconstruction either, like, from having listened to it, like, here and there, though. But I was like, oh, like, it doesn't sound as dynamic as some of Devin's older stuff. Or, like, not as, it sounds absolutely heavy, but, like, it doesn't sound, like, as deep. Like, it sounds noisier. But then, I might be hallucinating this, but I thought I remember him saying, like, it's supposed to be noisy because of what it's trying to convey. And if that's the case, it's perfect. Like, absolutely. I agree as well. Like, you would want it to sound like that if that's your intent. And it sounds great. So, with my understanding of that adds up a lot. And listening to the album with that concept, it's awesome. So then, like, I started listening to it again with that idea of, like, oh, so, okay, I'm going to listen less for dynamics and listen less for, like, volume changes and more for, like, arrangement changes and, like, how it sounds, like, treble. And even, yes, I was talking with GPT about this. It was saying that, like, even, like, the reverb will change. And then, like, in my mind, I was like, wait, like, if you're in a live room, like, the reverb doesn't change unless you, like, move around. But even then, it's like usually, like, a PA or something. It's not like you're going to, like, move. Like, acoustic might move around if you're going to go, like, around the stage or something. But it's, like, it's still mic'd up. Like, it's not like the reverb changes when you're playing. So, like, to me, that was, like, foreign. It's like, oh, the song will, like, change what it is in the arrangement as it goes on. And that was kind of like a new thing. Like, oh, I've never thought to look for that because I'm used to listening to music where that's usually static. So me not hearing that in the mix, I don't get what other people get from it because I'm not listening for quote unquote the right things. Excuse me. Oh man, I need to eat. It stinks. Okay. Yeah, so I'm that's a big thing this week that I'm like very happy about. Like, dude, I can't wait to listen to more music that I haven't understood because the mix I didn't understand. And same with like the I don't know. Trying to listen to music with, they made it with the intent that it sounds exactly like it should be. At least I'm aware. Like, I know some people, it's like, oh, I made the album and it doesn't sound like how I want it to. Like, but for the most part, like, you can assume, like, if the album sounds the way it does, like, they must have gone through it and been like, okay. Like, even if they changed their mind later, like, in the moment, they said yeah. So it has to have sounded like they wanted to have sounded it. Or else, like, I don't know. I don't know why you would release something and it doesn't sound like what you want it to. Like, in the normal people sense. Like, for me, like, the reason it sounds weird on my projects is, like, because it's supposed to sound that way. But again, that's the exact same point. It's like, it's supposed to sound that way. So, yeah. Deconstruction, what else? Yeah. I'm glad that I found that out. I'm glad that I realized that about dynamics and EQing, and because then that album really clicked for me at the right time. And it's really what I needed right now. I've also been getting back into older music. A coworker recommended Genesis, Selling England by the Pound, and dude, oh, that's a great album. Like the remastered one is, like, I love both of them, but sonically, I feel like to me it's an easier listen for the remaster. Oh, that was another thing. Remasters are not the same. That was another thing that I realized recently. I always thought it was like, oh, remaster means good, right? Like, you want the remaster, like, just okay, whatever. And then I started listening to, like, different remasters of things, and it could just be like what you're familiar with. That's probably the answer. Is like, if you're familiar with one, you're probably going to pick that all the time. And I'm generalizing here. I'm just assuming. But if you're listening, like, for sonically, and it could be different. Again, like, it's like opinions of things for what you're looking for, what you think the intent of the album, like, just all the perspective. But, like, to me, I think I liked the listening experience better on the remaster of Selling England by the Pound than the original. I think the original is more accurate to what they made and what they intended it to sound like. But to me, musicking the remaster, I enjoy more. But I very much understand the definitive version is the original, per se. Well, it's like the version in, like, capital letters or something is the original. But, like, the one you'd want to listen to, again, it's opinionated. And I'm generalizing, like, when I say you, I mean me. So I'm not saying, like, everyone. Like, I'm not saying that everyone's favorite would be the remaster because it's musiced easier. I'm just saying, for where I listen to music, the remaster, to my ears, I enjoy more. Even though I very much value the authenticity of the first one, maybe even more with that. But I'd rather listen to it and like that more than just be happy about the authenticity of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, that's what it is. But then when I listen to the remasters of the Black Album, I very much enjoy the first one much more. And then again, though, not every remaster is the same. Like, maybe the goals of the remaster for the Black Album, like, there's like 3 or 4, I think. I just like the original the most. But then again, that's because that's what I was familiar with and have been ever since I found that album, or heard that album, because it's not like I found it. It's been, like, listened to in the family for ages. But, like, I don't see any reason why I would want the remaster, me personally, because I don't see anything wrong with the first album. So, with having not heard Selling England by the Pound and, like, gotten used to it all these years, the remaster to me is what I enjoy more, because I don't have the preconceived things of what I enjoy about it. Like I'm not close enough with it to where those things were there. There's some aspects about the original that I like more though. It's kind of like more raw, like the synth part on In Your Wardrobe. Like I love the build up on the if I remember, like I could be emphasizing it bigger than it is, but I love the intro on the non-remaster more than the remaster. I love them both; they sound great, but like the bigness of the original, it sounds so cool. But then the rest of the song, I like the remaster more. So, me as a mixing and mastering guy, like hypothetically, like for my own projects, like inspiring something from that of those things, I would go for the intensity of the first version, and then the rest of the song, I would try and make it sound like the remaster. So I would borrow from both with my own personal taste. Like for my personal taste, if I was taking something away from that song, that's what I would do, if that makes sense. And because I'm not going to like sync the songs up or something, I'm not going to like make it into the song I want. It's like I'm not going to use the raw one just for the intro and then like use the remaster. Like I'm just going to pick the remaster. Like it's a small thing. And Epping Forest I think sounds great on the remaster. Like the first one sounds good, but it's like almost too much dynamics. Like it's kind of hard to listen to unless you're like on the stereo at home or something, like because it's like it's either too loud or too quiet. And I know that's what everyone says, but like I guess it's true though. So yeah, I just doubled back on myself there. All right. Yeah. So I listened to Abbey Road the other day. It was great. There's a bunch of things that I didn't get yet, or quote unquote again didn't like. But that album is so cool. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna either listen to it over and over and over and then get it, or like maybe just get it and then like you're gonna like this album because like I know it's a great album. Like it's the Beatles and it's one of their biggest albums. Like I'm going to learn to like it. So, but like right now it's like, well, I didn't get that part yet. It's like, well, that's kind of the point. Like you're supposed to learn. So I very much enjoyed Abbey Road, the album. I'm gonna probably get I think it was the remaster I listened to. It was on YouTube, but I listened to Alan Parsons Project. That was pretty cool. Like that was a pretty cool album all the way through. There's some parts I was kind of like, okay, this is cheesy. Like I'm not vibing with this. Like there's one thing if you don't understand it. There's one thing if you're like, man, this is cheesy. But again, you can learn to like it because of just being things you're familiar with. So maybe I'll work through that one too. What was the other album? It might have been... No, it wasn't The Who. Yeah, I feel like Genesis kind of sounds like The Who to me. And I very much... I think that's what I enjoyed so much about that album, is that like I really like The Who. Even though I don't in my library have any Who songs or albums. I very much enjoy like The Who. And I can definitely hear parts of where Keneally gets stuff from the Beatles. Like... Because I think I'm almost certain he loves them. And I know he likes the Beach Boys too. I want to listen to more Zappa stuff too, because I really like Inca Roads. What's that? Dynamo Hum, Dynamo Hum, Dynamo, Dynamo. That one's pretty cool too. It's kind of ridiculous and funny, but I've been meaning to get into like learning more of those songs. Like there's a bunch of great music out there, and it's just like it's fun to get familiar with it. Like maybe that's why I've been uninspired actually, because I'm getting into new music. That's absolutely an answer. All right. Because you're not familiar with where you're at, so you don't know how to write. Yep. Okay. Got it. So I'm in learning mode again, I think. I was in writing mode and I was in analysis mode, and now I'm in learning and writing mode. And it seems like this happens back and forth. And if I try and do one of the other things when I'm in the other state, it just feels unnatural, and then I get like bummed and whatever. So, yep, I need to keep learning new music, and just it's one of those states where I'm like, I need to be focusing on sleep and food and just like personal like care, acknowledgement. Like sounds cheesy, but like just regular stuff. I think I'm back into regular stuff mode. Like, I'm not in writing mode, I don't think. Like, I might keep, maybe, I want to keep experimenting, but, like, right now I feel like I'd want to learn rather than try new things. Like, learn about, like, how I was saying, like, the flat mixes, like, maybe learn different music in that way, like, listen to it, I mean. Like, learn how the mix sounds a certain way because of why, or, like, the intent, or just, because I want to make flat mixes and stuff. Like, it's a cool thing to venture into. And maybe that's why I was having trouble writing, is because, like, you don't know where you're at if you're in learning mode. Yeah. Okay, I'm wrapping up right there. This was a great session. How long is this? Like 3 hours? God, yeah, it was 3 hours. All right. I will see you next time. This was very fun. I'm going to get a picture real quick, actually. Maybe with the album, too. That'd be kind of cool. Because I have the CD right here. It's pretty out today. Getting a picture. Alright. In here with your mic. Hello and cheese. Alright, I got a cheesy picture. Should I... Ooh, I might make this a picture, actually. Okay. I'm taking a second picture. Trying to find the right angle for it. Say cheese, cheese. There's a car behind me. Okay, I got a cool picture. Alright. See you in the next one. Actually, I'm going to get a little video. I wonder if I could put this at the end. That'd be kind of cool. Hello, hello, hello. I probably won't post the video because I don't want to show where I'm at. But you can see me in the video. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I will see you after the podcast. Bye-bye. I'm going to go get some lunch. See ya.